to the Heat Check Podcast, episode 52. I'm your host, Chris Patrick, and we are back, baby. It is the August 2026 recording of the Heat Check Podcast. Yes, if you have been with us before, you know we took the month of July off. We got some news about the month of September, but we'll get to that later on. Guys, this is our once-a-month in-person podcast recording that we put up on our YouTube channel, Valley Sports Plug, and on all audio podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and so much more. All of our links will be down in the description below, so you know where to find us. That's going to be at AZ_VSP on Instagram, X, TikTok, and so much more. But we got a lot to get into. This is our long-awaited Arizona Cardinals season prediction recording. I was going to call it stream, but this isn't even a stream. This is a pre-recorded video. Might be a little rusty. We'll shake off the rust. But we got my co-hosts here with us today. I'll introduce them now. First, Jayden Daniels, Public Relations Advisor, VSP Tallman.
Oh, it's so good to be here. Thank you guys so much.
I know you took a break from being an attorney and all that.
I did,
all
yeah.
those sort of responsibilities.
So now I'm out there defending the number 5. You're not allowed to use it.
Yeah, where did that all come from?
Sorry,
How's that,
Abe Lincoln, you're out. No more 5s. Get out of here.
Weren't you a moving consultant at one point too?
A moving consultant? Oh,
for
like relocation, a real estate. He's been a real estate agent. Relocation.
Yeah,
that's
right.
right.
Was it for Gannon or
for Gannon? Yeah,
go
for a
all
lot
the way
of
back
people.
to Kingsbury.
You've been a couple people.
Yeah,
It's either lawyer or real estate agent. I think you've been like private chef before.
Yeah, dude, my resume is crazy.
It's deep.
His
It's
name
so
holds
good.
weight in the valley, folks.
It really
It does.
I'm a big hitter.
He's
dude.
heavily relied upon inside and outside the valley. But no, Tallman, we're happy to have you here, man. I know you always want to do this, and you want to do it in June, you want to do it in July, but we always make you wait until August.
I want to do it in January. Just kidding. It's scheduled
as soon as the schedule's out. No, but this is always a lot of fun. But also joining us today, our other co-host, that's Michael Wilson's Truther Club Director, Michael Benjamin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pay the man. Pay the man.
Pay the guys.
And when you're in the Truther Club, you know what you get? You get gifts. So
not even
one
me.
person today is getting gifts, and that's our fearless leader, Christopher Patrick. Chris, I got something special for you here.
Gotta come with the gifts.
I have a 2023 Panini Instant Impact rookie card of Michael Wilson, number to 199 with the patchwork. Let me show it to the camera real quick.
You're lying. Yeah, get that up nice and close. Michael, as you know, VSP Tallman is a famous Michael Wilson hater.
Come on.
So that's why he doesn't get any.
No.
This is beautiful, Mike.
You don't got like a tech deck for me or something?
Thank you for being in the club.
Of course,
Wilson
I'm
club.
a card-carrying member of the club. Absolutely.
No, non-members of the Michael Wilson Club aren't even supposed to touch that.
It's even got like wrapping around it. That's sweet.
Yeah, you got to keep it.
We're gonna get that
fresh.
graded. Wait till Michael gets his $80 million contract, and he's gonna be. Chris might make some money off that. You know what I'm saying?
It'll go right back
cool.
into the VSP coffers.
Oh,
The people in the club,
Panini,
we
I'm
take
hungry.
care of each other. So since Tallman's not in the club, he gets nothing today.
I wanna
With
be in
that
the
being
club.
said, hold on.
it's 2026. You got to include me.
With that being
It's
said,
not fair.
I am a man of principle. And if you guys know us, me and Tallman have a yearly bet, a jersey bet. I won the very first one, at MHA jersey. Last year, somehow Tallman won the. There was no chance that it should have happened, but the Arizona Cardinals shit the bed. But like I said, I am a man of principle, Tallman. I finally did pony up, man.
Oh, you
He
did?
did it.
Get the fuck
He
out.
did it.
Shout out Rally House.
No way.
There it is
At
for
the
you, bud.
rally house. Is that
No
the one
way.
off Power?
Oh, it is the Love
off
one
power,
too.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
young Jeremiah Love.
Brother, why did you have to wait? We were fighting over this fucking jersey.
Because you
thing.
better
could've
put that on right now.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
All right.
Yeah, and as you can see, like the setup is ever changing. Since Tallman was having some trouble with his mic stand and some of the logistics there, I went on to Jeff Bezos' website and
Bezos?
Bezos
I blame it on you.
got him this fancy new boom arm. So hopefully he won't have to fiddle with it as much. You got to remove the tags.
Just deal with the tag. Oh,
Gotta remove
I
the
was going to
tags.
say you should have made sure that it was the right size before you ripped those tags off. But
Oh, it is. I saw.
Sales official. You sure you don't need an XL?
No.
Oh, wham bam. There we go.
I'm not down.
Oh, that is clean. That is clean.
So
I still hate the New Jersey.
if Tallman isn't part of the Michael Wilson Club, that's fine. He can be the founder of the Jeremiah
There you
Love
go.
Club. And
Nothing but love.
I think we're all in that club for sure. Even though we're a little bit worried about his injury, but I'm sure we're going to get into it.
Dude,
yeah, man, the injuries.
this is fresh.
That's nice. It looks good on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
It looks
buddy.
good on you.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
All right, Michael.
See, now we all have Cardinals gear on,
Thank
finally.
you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah, even
Came
I got
correct.
Cardinals gear
There
on.
we
Hell
go.
yeah. How's the new mic stand treating you? Tom?
It's
On the
really
arm?
good,
You
dude.
like
It's
it?
like Inspector Gadget. I got 4 springs.
Some
Spring
nice little
action?
Spring action.
Very nice, dude. It's
We
like a
like it.
spring chicken.
It's the only spring chicken that's in here. That's for sure.
All right. Well, without further ado,
I called you out. Sorry, Chris. I called
No,
you
you're
out
good.
on the jersey thing earlier. I was like, I still
did.
haven't got my jersey.
I know,
bite.
but that's why we had a whole plan, my friend.
and I knew I was in on it.
Thank you.
I was in on it.
So I think by the end of this, what we're doing here, we got to drum up some type of.
We will
new
have
bet.
another annual
Yeah.
bet
Yes,
squared
we do.
away before the end of this podcast.
Ooh.
Absolutely. And we're going to get Chris involved this year somehow. Last year,
I
you were
weaseled
involved.
my way in last
but
year. Yeah.
I don't know if there's some kind of three-way catch thing that we want to work on. We'll figure it out as we go through the schedule.
That's right. And I did get you the hat.
Yeah.
I got you the hat.
Yeah. Cool little Phoenix Suns golf hat. Yep.
It was neat.
So I guess if our win-loss total is different, maybe we could do like who's closer at the end of the season.
We could do that right off the rip, but then we got to have a fun one in too.
Okay,
Our
I
our
agree.
receiver bets that we've had, or the bets that we've done the 2 past years have been fun.
What's the first I bet on Zay Jones to have?
Zay Jones.
It's because it's got to be something that
gotta have
encompasses
shade.
the whole season, right? To where
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna
No.
be.
it can't be like, what week is Carson Beck going to be the starting quarterback?
No,
Like,
it's got to be end of the season total type thing. Because last year was Bengals having more wins, than
Oh
the
yeah,
which is random.
that is
Why-
pretty
why the
random.
Bengals, Joe Burrow.
I mean, we could run back the Bengals Cardinals one because I have a hot take on our boy
really?
Joe Burrow.
Oh.
So. But no. That's
I don't know, man.
as Chris would say, we're putting the cart before the
cart
horse
before
right
the
now.
horse. Yeah.
Dude, how did you get? They're already selling them.
Yeah.
I guess they were jumping.
Yeah, it's not
Get
like
that jersey
It's not like
ready.
Michael Wilson, or not Michael Wilson. It's not like Marvin Harrison Jr. where he had to like work it out with
Oh,
Fanatics
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
I will say too, I wasn't dragging my feet when they announced that the jerseys were coming out. I went to Rally House to go and get it, but they didn't have them. And this was a couple
I
of
think
months ago.
You told me that. Yeah.
And then I was like, well, let's just make it so I give it to him on the day we do
On
the
the stream,
scheduling
yeah.
because it's cool to kind of like
No, that's
unveil
great.
it. So maybe that'll be like our annual tradition
Yeah,
next
yeah,
year.
That
too.
works. That works.
I like it.
I love it.
Dude, oh man.
I love it.
Now I can't wear my Josh Rosen jersey. at
I
the
love
draft.
it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Now I
bust
have to
this
wear
out for the
this.
draft. Yeah, you have
damn
to.
it.
Oh no. Oh man.
I'll wear my
Oh,
Marv jersey.
man.
Yeah, wear it.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Shucks.
I got-
I'll bring it for you. You can wear the.
Yeah,
Josh
I'll wear the
Rosen.
Rosen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I need a Cardinals jersey. I do not. Have
Well, hopefully you win the bet this year.
There we go. Hey, hey.
Well, we could do a full 3-way. Wait, that's kinky.
Pause.
I mean, do we just want him to be involved in the bet now?
I think
Well,
that's the idea. Yeah.
No, that's a
Yeah.
plan.
but like
yeah.
not as like a
Not as like a weasel in. Like,
No.
supplemental
No.
type.
No, it'll
But
be a-
you and me are still going to do our own
All
thing.
right, all right.
Oh, okay.
But we'll do an overall. We can do a through.
We'll figure it out. We'll
we
figure
can do
it
a three.
out. 3-way.
All right. 5 minutes in, we're
Off the rails already.
Anyway,
That's all right. That's all right. All right. So I think
we don't discriminate. At
I think
VSP.
let's do like a quick setup, talk about a few pinpoints, and then we just really got to get into the schedule because it's going to be time consuming. But I think obviously we're training camp broke. We're 2 preseason games into the season, and already some things are starting to get sideways early on. There have been a slew of injuries already, some more concerning than others, and it's the rookies, man, like the young guys. You said Caleb Proctor out for the season, injured in the voluntary workouts or OTAs.
It might have been rookie minicamp, if I'm
rookie
not
minicamp?
mistaken.
Sheesh.
It was very early on. He's been out for a couple of months already.
My goodness. And then fast forward to the Hall of Fame game, Carson Beck gets a little banged up. And that was probably more of like, that's like one of those things where it's like, if it's regular season, he could probably play through it. But, you want to be cautious and not, rush him out there.
Yeah, we still have 2 more games.
Exactly. I expect
he's
we'll see
gonna
him.
have time. Yeah.
So he sat out the technical first preseason game because there was the pre-preseason game, which was the Hall of Fame game. And then in that game, Jeremiah Love was RB1. Despite what the depth chart had said going into the game, he got a lot of carries and spinning and juking and hurt his ankle or his leg or something like that. Ankle. So he's going to be out all of this next week, it sounds like. And on top of that, in that same game, the offensive lineman Chase Besantis, I think, what was he, our second pick?
Second round
pick. He gets carted off the field, torn MCL. He's done for the year on the shelf.
Damn shame.
And am I missing? So Caleb Proctor, Carson Beck, Chase Besantis, and Jeremiah Love. That's all four.
Yep.
All four of our first 4 picks on the shelf already to some extent.
My ankle. Ow.
Oh no!
I gotta take it off.
Is it your left trunk?
Your left trunk. That's crazy.
I think there's definitely high caution for Jeremiah because of what he showed within the Las Vegas Raiders game. You guys saw the comparisons. We finally got Adrian Peterson, even after we had got Adrian Peterson, years after.
Yep.
It was uncanny, some of his moves, but they're going to be super cautious with him. It's just very disheartening where it's like, man, these guys are out there for one game and they're not holding up already. And I know a lot of it, like we said, is precaution, but it's football, as Ron Wolfley would say, is the blood sport. And you really, it's tough to see these little nagging injuries already start the season before we even got real football kicking off. So
yeah,
we'll see how that factors into things.
Even with Love, it's like, even in that game, it was like, all right, he can do it. Like, stop.
Chill.
He got 27
LaFleur,
snaps or something like that. That's a
and
lot of runs.
He touched the ball on half those snaps. Like, it's like, oh, we're good. All right, he's ready to go. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't sniff the field for any of these last 2 games.
Yeah,
in the preseason.
And that would be all right with me. So obviously, like, the injuries are concerning, but like early on, are you guys liking what you're seeing from the new Mike LaFleur offense? Obviously, just a taste, probably not a full scope of what we're going to be seeing once the regular season kicks off. But Carson Beck even had a good showing in the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, it's like every quarterbacks looked great.
Even Keaton.
Even Slovis.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness. And then what we saw from the starters in this last game was very promising. Very promising. And that was even with what Trey McBride had 1 snap. That's our best offensive player was not even playing. And the starters, the ones looked really good. So Jacoby's looked good. Beck's looked good. Slovis has looked good. It's like, there's a huge impact from LaFleur. So it's very, very promising.
Yeah, and the offense obviously is still pretty vanilla right now. They're not.
Yeah, there's no planning.
They're not scripting. They're not doing the first 10 to 14 or anything like that. But the scheme sets already are getting these receivers so wide open, which is great to see. If it's happening right now, imagine when they start tailoring things to, a game plan, and then you actually start getting your high-profile weapons on the field. I mean, we've been seeing, like Tallman said, Trey only had, 1 snap, you said?
I think so.
But if you see any of the highlights and tapes, Trey is still making crazy plays, crazy catches every day at camp. Marv, after his very, very wonky start and the memeability of his drops, has had an absolutely stellar 75% of camp. He's looking to explode this year. Michael Wilson seems to kind of just taking the next steps on to what he proved last year. And, with all the discussions that we had about Jacoby, I know that he didn't look great during red-white practice, but he's been really good at the helm right now to start. And the offense is something to really be super excited about. And you're starting to get that through the national media too. NFL, ESPN, all of these outlets are talking about how this offense might be a top 10 offense this year. But with that being said, at the same time, it's kind of like the complete opposite for the defense right now.
Yeah, it's bad. But even the Algier part too. Algier looked good. He only had 4 carries. Mm-hmm. He's got to touch the ball a lot more than just that. Obviously, I think we're going to see that 50-50 type split, maybe a 60-40 with Love and him. But he looked pretty good. What was great about it, even Bam Knight, even the other guy, I can't remember his name, the other running back, that's probably not going to make the team. I mean, they're all averaging 5 yards a carry. Like, that has to be the identity of this team. Like, it just has to be. We have to establish the run. And that's not even factoring James Conner. What does James Conner have left in the tank? Like, we know the type of player he is. He's a hardcore dude. But I think we hands down have the best running back room in the league. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. And it's awesome.
You might not be wrong. And speaking of James Conner, like I think Mike LaFleur did mention that he's not quite ready, but they're going to let him kind of take it at his own timeline. But he will, I don't know. He's probably with the team, but he'll like rejoin the work and like getting in there the reps.
He's been doing single drills like where he's running through the cones and all that kind of stuff. He just hasn't done any 11 on 11 work yet, but. It was a gruesome injury he had last year, so they're going to take their time.
It was like that Cam injury.
And especially, I mean, you paid Algier, like you paid him a decent penny. You're going to have to give him carries too. So
was it $8 million?
Something
like
2 years,
like
right?
that. But he'll get his runway.
That'll be good, especially if he's going to be as productive as it looks like he will be, to kind of give love. You don't have to work him. You don't have to have him be the workhorse. You can, like you said, 60-40 split, keep him healthy. And obviously our expectations are tempered. We're about to get into the predictions here in a minute, but we have no delusions of a Super Bowl run this year.
What are you talking about?
I don't have any delusions of a Super Bowl run.
Speak for yourself, Chris.
Because I think the offense is very promising and the talent is undeniable, but the defense leaves much to be desired. And watching that preseason game against the Raiders in the first couple drives, like there were some chunk plays, and granted they held up well. They ended up winning that game, but again, it's like how much of that is an accurate reflection of what we're going to see from the main team come week 1 of the regular season? Because by the time you get outside of the first quarter, a lot of these guys are practice squad or heading to the USFL or something like that. So it is what it is, but I do like what I'm seeing so far. Two more games to go, and will be good to see what these guys have and the stylings of Mike LaFleur. But of course, like you said, you put it perfect, Mike. The vanilla offense. They're not scheming. They're not showing their whole hand yet. But last thing I'll say before we get into the schedule is like I do. And it's easy to compare the coaches. Like we compared Gannon to Kingsbury when he came in, and there were a lot of things I liked about Gannon, but quickly there were a lot of things I didn't like from the PR perspective of how he was blowing smoke up our ass every week, how his answers were very cookie cutter, and he kind of lied to us a lot. Like Gannon had a tendency to lie to us a lot and mislead us in a lot of ways, and it was very frustrating to hear him say the same things week in and week out. But so far, LaFleur, he's like, I want to be very honest with you guys. I want to tell you what's going on, and seems like he has been. So I like the communication, and obviously some of that is going to be, I'd imagine, I don't know what the right word to say is, but it's like filtered through Michael Bidwell, because I'm sure Michael Bidwell wants to have a little bit of a control. He clearly is a control freak. He wants to have control over the messaging and of the team as a whole. And I don't know. Are you guys so far in the LaFleur camp?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of like the honeymoon period, right? Anytime that you bring in a new staff, a new head coach, especially one that a lot of people were saying was probably in the next class to be one of the higher profile guys, and we could say that we got the jump on him. Now, you also have to remember how the coaching search went, where it kind of came down to like thank God he like accepted us, because we struck out on a couple of people, and we struck out on coordinators too. That's the real reason why Nick Rallis is back, folks. Like, let's not joke
it's because we like Nick Rallis.
But I think you put it perfectly, Chris. Candidness is what this fan base has been praying for, specifically the past 2 seasons, and then obviously all of last year. He's going to cut the shit. He's going to get straight to the facts, and he's going to keep it real with everybody, which is a breath of fresh air, like I said. So. And then when you have play, obviously it's just a 2-game sample size, but with him at the helm, almost putting up 30 points in back-to-back games, we didn't see that at all last year. Granted, it is preseason, but we just, as Cardinals fans, we have to remember where we are. We're going to take the little victories right now, and that is more than a little victory. This gives us promise that this team might be able to put up points and maybe outscore some teams that we shouldn't this year. So I've loved everything from LaFleur to start.
Yeah, and I think within that, it also makes sense, like coming from Gannon, who's a defensive coordinator turned head coach. He really had the defensive mindset, and was more of his focus and expertise was on that side. When you have so much talent, like the imbalance almost, where all the talent is on the offensive side. Not to say we're we have nobody on defense. Like, we still have Budda Baker, but he's getting up there. We have Josh Sweat, and who the fuck knows what Josh Sweat is doing. But the talent is concentrated on the offensive side, so it makes sense. Bring in an offensive-minded head coach and see what he can do with this team, and see if we can outgun in some of these games where we might win a game 42-35 or something like that. And that's what we had hoped for last season, because I remember sitting here in the same spot on this same stream being like, well, got a lot of talent on the offensive side. Maybe for what our defense lacks, we can outgun it. I have more belief in that possibility this year than I did last year, but we'll see how that translates to wins and losses and what our predictions are. But with that being said, this is going to take some time. It always does. So we got to get right into it. We got 18 weeks to go through, 17 games, none of them in prime time, all of them on Sunday, and we will be in attendance for at least one of them. Tickets have already been purchased. If you watched the stream on last Tuesday, but if you didn't, we'll get into that. So let's just kick it off right off the bat with week one. What we'll do is we will start the first week, obviously, and with the first week, Mike will give his prediction first, then VSP Tallman, and then I, and then week two they'll flip flop. So then Tallman will go first, Mike will go second, and I'll always be third.
Flip flops.
And then this is what I love about our 2/3 majority here. Works well in making decisions in fantasy as well. We'll do our VSP predictions. So whoever the majority is, win or loss, that'll be the official VSP prediction. And then at the end of the year, we'll see who's the closest. And I feel like I'm usually within a game or two.
Yeah, you're pretty spot on,
usually
Chris.
pretty dialed in. And I think this year, I don't know, because I initially, we were joking, obviously, like 0-17, 1-16, but I might surprise you guys with my optimism. I'll just say that much.
I like it.
I'll just say that much, and I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. But let's kick it off, Mike. Week one, Arizona Cardinals will be at the Los Angeles Chargers to start the season.
Ooh, in SoFi Stadium. You know, the sad part about it, though, is anytime the Rams or the Chargers play in SoFi Stadium, it's kind of like what it is in Arizona. The away team outnumbers the home team, technically. Like even when the Rams are playing the Niners, it's 75% red in there. I don't think it'll be the case this time around. It'll be primarily Chargers fans. I'm sure we're going to echo this multiple times. The first 10 weeks of the schedule are absolutely brutal, and this is just a tough start. Going on the road, playing, a team that consistently has been pushing for a playoff spot in the AFC over the past couple of years. Say what you want about Justin Herbert, but he still is a very competent quarterback in this league. And Joe, oh my God, who's the coach?
Is it one
John
of the Harbaughs,
Harbaugh?
right?
Is Joe? No, Harbaugh?
No, it's
It's either
John.
John
It's
or Jim.
John.
Yeah.
John. I always get them mixed
John.
up.
No, it's Jim.
One's
Jim.
in New
John
York.
is-
John's with the
Giants.
Giants
John's
now,
with the
right?
Giants. There you
Jim's the cheating guy from Michigan. Yeah.
The Michigan man. He's proven that he is one of the better NFL coaches within his two stints. So I think the Chargers are going to be good this year. Getting into the fold week one on the road. I feel like since we've done these predictions, I've always gone with us winning week one, and it's only worked last year. This year I have to go. We're gonna lose this first week. It's an L for me against the Chargers.
It's an L. All right, Tallman.
Damn, dude.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, it's a loss. I think the jury's still out on Herbert. And then what I really love, the addition they made at offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. And then they got the young running back. I think I don't think we're going to be able to keep up with them, unfortunately. So I'm going to go an L first week.
An L there.
Oh, yeah.
L for Lad McConkey.
Yeah, he's a stud, dude.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
I'm gonna agree with you guys. I think it's gonna be an L week one. The VSP consensus is an L. I think I agree with you on the jury being out on Justin Herbert. You factor in now he's really in ties with Madison Beer, and how distracting will that be on the Probably very little.
Yeah, well, I mean, his third year with Harbaugh, and then you add McDaniel, he's going to have some good leadership.
Yeah. So do you know, is Harbaugh more offensive or defensive minded? He was a quarterback, right? I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe
he was
a
quarterback.
little more offense.
Honestly, I
before
don't know.
another question, because obviously he was a 49ers coach before he went to Michigan, right?
He was a head coach.
Yeah,
49ers,
yeah, and he did good with Kaepernick, and they had some good years there in San Francisco. So yeah, I think a loss for week 1. What you got?
Oh no, that's John. Fuck AI, dude.
All right. Well, while you get that pulled up, that means we're heading into week 2, and that is going to be back at home, the home opener against the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. I expect to see a lot of blue and green in the stadium on that day. So we'll go over to you, Tallman. I think I know your answer here, but what are you thinking for week 2?
Yeah, so he's an offensive coach.
Okay.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, this is gonna be L for me, dog. I don't know. Seahawks. I don't know. The Super Bowl slump. I don't buy into it. Then you have the Seahawks doing HBO Hard Knocks. They're all fired up. They did lose some players in the offseason. They lost Kenneth, but they drafted Jeremiah Love's counterpart from Notre Dame. I was gonna say David Price. I think that's a pitcher, or was a pitcher in the MLB. But his last name is Price. I don't know his first name, but he's decent. So he's gonna basically just tandem it with Zach Charbonnet. Obviously, you have the emergence of Jackson Smith and Jigba. Is that how you say his last name?
That's how I've heard it pronounced.
Njigba, yeah.
Njigba, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just the ba really threw me off there. This is we're gonna lose this game, and I don't know if it's gonna be pretty. I think their defense is good. They have a good young defense. Seattle does. They just signed the dude they got in trouble and he got cut by the Lions, Terry Arnold.
Arnold, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be suspended, obviously, for however many games. But that's a good player that they're going to have a late season addition. So 0-2 to start.
It's crazy. Like the NFL is truly like you can do just about anything, and if you're talented enough, you'll still get an opportunity to play some football.
Yeah, because they can kind of hide you in the weeds of the other great players. But hey, if anything, at least for this game, the Cardinals will look sharp because they're going to be wearing their NFL Rivalries uniform.
Right.
So it's
they are.
Sand.
Oh shit!
I think this is something that will continue throughout every year, where the team will wear it at least once, because they're like unveiling a new division each season, if I'm not mistaken, or two, like one NFC and one AFC. Because the NFC West was the teams that got him last year. Not everybody did in the NFC. I'm just so happy I don't have to be at this game, and it's not like a primetime Thursday night game, even though last year it was exciting. We tied it up late, but then there's that man, Jackson Smith and Jigba, just tearing out our heartstrings once again. Seattle is... There's levels to this, guys. Like, there's not much that you have to say. The Arizona Cardinals have struggled against the NFC West for years, and the struggles continue. They will lose this game at home.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. So far, guys, we're going to be marching in lockstep. I feel like for the first at least 3 weeks here, this is going to be a loss. I mean, coming off the Super Bowl, yeah, you lose Ken Walker, but you're still spoiled with talent. You got basically the same core to a great extent. And a good culture. I know sometimes that term can be overused. I've said it before, but they do believe that they have a strong culture, and you're seeing it through Hard Knocks. I haven't watched a lot of it, but the clips I've seen, like, it seems like this is one of the less cringe versions. Definitely a much better season than when the Cardinals were on Hard Knocks. The coach, forget his name,
Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald, yeah. He's like, oh, I'm kind of an awkward guy. I'm a little weird, but like
he said, he was the most awkward guy in the world or something. Yeah.
But he comes across very authentic, and I think like he can connect with the players on that level. So clearly they think their culture's strong enough to bring in a guy like Terry and Arnold and turn his life and career around. Hopefully he doesn't kidnap Sam Darnold midseason and like cause some...
Oh, that's what it was.
It was like kidnapping or something. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm just joking around. Obviously kidnapping isn't really much of a thing to joke about.
How dare you, Chris?
Yeah, but hey, at least he's not killing people. Yeah, I'm gonna say L here at home. But yeah, like you said, at least they'll look good doing it. I didn't know that. I'm glad they're not just a one and done with those jerseys because I did really like them.
Yeah,
and I felt it was well received.
I think it's clean. The tan with the the desert sand vibes, it works for Arizona. I know a lot of people were on the other side of the fence last year, but seeing them on the field and then seeing how they do the end zones with the Arizona flag, especially for Cardinals fans, we've been praying for Arizona anything on the jerseys for a while, so we finally got it. We'll take it.
Yeah, those sandstorms, man. I'll have to show you guys after we're streaming. There was a big dust storm on Thursday.
A big old haboob?
A big haboob, and it was just right down over here. Did you see it rolling in on Thursday?
Yes.
I'll show you guys a picture.
Okay.
But yeah, so 0-2 to start the season. Woo!
Yeah.
All right. Well, that means it's interesting how the schedule is like away, home, away, home, away. It's like very flip-flop, and I don't know how normal that is. Obviously not as bad for the NFL as other sports, but week 3 takes us back to California, to the Bay, for our very first matchup with the San Francisco 49ers. VSP Tallman's favorite quarterback, Brock Purdy, expected to be at the helm. So 0-2 going into this game, Tallman. No, Mike. We're going to Mike here. Mike, how do you see this one going?
So I really think back to last year's game, which I think was week 3 as well in San Francisco. That was when James Conner got hurt. Just utter incompetence from the offensive side of the football. But we were a third down conversion to Zay Jones away from winning that game. If from what we're seeing and what we're hoping from this offense is capable of doing, I think this is our first division win of the year, gentlemen. I think Jacoby Brissett goes in there, performs. The Cardinals handle business in Santa Clara because the Niners are still like, what is it? The data center is destroying all of their players again. Like they're all hurt. Mike Evans is hurt. All of them. Yeah.
Oh, they do have Mike Evans now.
Yeah. So
yeah, they got Debo
Ricky
back.
Pearsall is out for the entire year. So they got Debo back.
Did he get shot again?
No,
he didn't.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Fuck, dude.
Something with the lower extremity. I don't know. Who knows?
I think he had surgery or something.
We love Ricky Pearsall,
but yeah,
Corona del Sol.
I mean,
yeah.
Let's get the Mike LaFleur era started early with a nice division win on the road, week 3. Then you maybe get some momentum going. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going with a W week 3 here.
Wow.
Week 3 dub.
Okay.
Wow, I did not expect it that early,
Damn.
to be honest. So we were only in. Well, I guess I haven't given my prediction yet. I want to see what Tallman has to say.
I love the optimism, Michael. I really do.
He always says that. He always says that.
I don't want to like foreshadow here, but we're not going to win a division game this year.
You're not supposed to give. You literally gave away 6 games.
That's not foreshadowing. That's just like
that's ridiculous.
Stating.
You're right. Okay, rewind that.
I'll cut that out.
Cut that out.
Ridiculous.
You never saw that. You never heard that. So I mean, I'm with you on the injuries. How are they going to be able to put together a team? But I'm a little concerned about our defensive line. Can you stop a guy like Christian McCaffrey? Obviously, you already said I love Brock Purdy, which is not.
Can you stop Brock Purdy?
Not totally
the
accurate.
Force.
The force of Brock Purdy. You gotta have shade. We're gonna lose, man. We always find a way to lose the 49ers, and even though they're always beat up, you always think, it's they're always out of their best players. McCaffrey's actually been pretty healthy recently, but George Kittle, he's a shoo-in to be hurt by week 5, week 6. But they always find a way to win 10, 11 games every single year. It's that Shanahan effect where he's good at coaching games, but he can't really drive. And he just gets hurt when he drives vehicles. But I don't know. We're going to lose. I'm sorry, Mike. I really am.
They're so injured. Even their head coach is
their
injured
head
going
coach
into
is
the
injured.
season.
Come on.
It's insane. It's insane.
You can't give us one, Tallman. Good Lord. You and Brock Purdy. I'm going to have to get you a cameo from Brock Purdy for your birthday or something, because the love affair with this kid.
That'd be cool.
It's just utterly ridiculous.
That'd be cool. I'd like that.
Man. I'm having a tendency to be swayed by Mike here, because even before he gave his prediction, like I don't
drink the Kool-Aid,
necessarily.
Chris.
buy into, like, I don't think the 49ers are necessarily like progressing. Like, obviously they are another team that has a lot of talent on paper, but the health is a thing. The miles on the tires are a thing. Christian McCaffrey is no spring chicken. Brock Purdy's a spring chicken. But again, is he just a game manager or is he actually an elite quarterback? I think that is still yet to be seen. They do still have some pieces, but George Kittle, I've never really bought into the George Kittle being elite thing. Like, he has moments, but again, can't stay healthy. He's disappeared in games. Going on the road, though, coming off of 2 losses, you want to believe that this team's going to have a little bit of a fire under them. But Mike, I just cannot take the leap. I have to go with a loss here, and we're gonna. I already said it. I already said it before we started recording. We're gonna start the season 0-3. Sad. I hate to say it. I wanted to be swayed, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So the VSP consensus is a loss here. Sad to say it. So that is fine though. We'll see what happens later on in the season.
This is gonna be how it goes the entire time. No, that's all right. That's fine. This is what I expected. That's okay.
Sometimes part of it is like you got to shield your heart from the pain and the letdown. But I did say I was going to be more optimistic, so I think things might be heading up here shortly. And that takes us into week 4, heading to the other side of the country and a trip to New York to visit a friend of the Valley, Cam Skattebo, in New York to take on the Giants and their new head coach, John Harbaugh? One of the Harbaughs. Everybody's got Harbaughs around here.
Hey, yo.
Tallman, this one is going to you now to kick us off on the predictions.
Yeah. This is the Giants. John Harbaugh, he's a great coach, right? I think he's going to do wonders there. I'm on the fence about Jackson Dart and whether he's him or not. I'm sold. Everyone else in the Valley's sold on Cam Skattebo being that dude, because he is that dude, and he already played in the preseason after he broke his fucking leg though.
Well, yeah, did you see him do the backflip at the Fan Fest?
Yeah, that didn't look good. Yeah, that was
so stupid.
Yeah, and then John Harbaugh came out. He's like, at least land it if you're gonna do it. It's like, come on. No, I like this. I like this Giants team, man, and the excitement around that Giants team is kind of like what I'm really hoping that we have a year or two later in Arizona, because it's hard not to be a fan of those two guys, Skattebo and Dart. Oh man, I hate to say it. We're gonna lose to the Giants.
My God!
I'm gonna go an L. And look at this. So this is the way too early type lines that are set. The spread. Guess what the spread is on that game?
9.5.
Damn. Okay. No, it's 7. Yeah. So -7 in favor of the Giants.
Wow.
Which is crazy, right? I'm not swayed by that. I don't know. I just have a feeling we're going to lose that game there in New Jersey.
When I will say, Mike, before you get into it, because I told you guys I was doing a little research last night to try and get some thoughts flowing. I had to ignore the sports books and the odds makers. I had to completely tune them out. And so far, I mean, I don't know how that's really working for me, but we'll see. We'll see. I will say Tallman's on pace for us to go 0-17.
Well, yeah, and it's probably smart for you to ignore the sports books because the Cardinals are underdogs in every single game. So if you went off of that, 0-17, here we come. This is a tough one for me. Obviously, it's another road game, 3 of the first 4 weeks. And you're going cross country after you're in California last week. I'm really torn because I'm still on the fence with Jackson Dart. Yeah, there was glimpses, but once again, injuries.
It's hurt, yeah.
Not able to stay upright for an entire season. It's just hard to truly commit to somebody and say, when they're on the field, they're going to be the true difference maker if they haven't put it together at least for 15 games in a season, And going into year 2, there's a lot of promise for New York. I think their defense got a little bit better as well. They added some good pieces in the draft. And John Harbaugh, it had run his course in Baltimore, but truly one of the best coaches in the NFL. Probably Hall of Famer, I think, at the end of the day when you call for it.
Absolutely.
I think there's going to be so much excitement in the Meadowlands where I haven't looked at what the Giants' first 3 weeks looks like, but I can only imagine this is one of their first home games, if not second home game. I think when the crowd gets into it anytime in New York, you remember, the primetime game against Philadelphia last season when they won. When the juices are high for that team right now, I think that with being so early in the season, I don't think the Cardinals win this game. If this game was later on in the year, we might have different conversations. But then again, it would depend on who's playing quarterback. But this is a epitome of a on the fence game. I first had W, but
we swayed him.
I'm going with the loss on this one.
It's the Giants' third home game.
What is the beginning? What does their first 3 weeks look like?
They play week 1. They play the Cowboys at home. Week 2, they're on the road against the Rams. Week 3, they have the layup of the Titans, unless you're Kyler Murray, at home. And then, of course, Cardinals at home.
Okay, so they'll be at home,
so,
back to back.
Yeah.
So that could even go more so into my thought process because they could be 1-2, and they want to have hopes early in the season getting a good win against the Arizona Cardinals team that's supposed to be one of the worst, if not the worst, in the league. They'll get ready and get up against that team. But this is a hard one.
There's a lot of factors at play here, like the Harbaugh effect for sure. Historically speaking, the Cardinals don't travel to the East Coast and play very well. However, it is early in the season, so I don't know if weather will necessarily be a factor. Guys, I'm torn as well. I mean, you guys have kind of swayed me a little bit, but I already had written down my my prediction. So I'm gonna
give me those pills.
I'm gonna need some pills by the end of this stream. I'm gonna be going crazy. But I am kind of not bought in on Jackson Dart, and I know they have some weapons. I think they brought back OBJ, but he's 45 years old or something like that.
Neighbors too.
They have Malik Neighbors.
He was out early.
He's coming back from injury.
Yeah.
He's coming back. But I think they're, from what I saw, obviously preseason asterisks. I saw a play where Jackson Dart got lit up.
Oh yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, and he threw a pretty
Friday?
big, or a pretty bad interception against the Vikings.
So I think there's going to be some things that if Nick Rallis can scheme right and they put together a game plan, I think, and if Josh Sweat plays, I think there could be some opportunity to be disruptive. I do think that this could end up being a high scoring game where both offenses kind of go back and forth. Since the VSP predictions already logged in, I'm going to log my first win for the Cardinals this season. Wow. I think they're going to go on the road. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be 0-3 to start the season and be dying for a win to prove that they're not the absolute worst. And they're going to beat the Giants on the road.
No way. So you think that they're going to beat Jackson Dart and his mom? Dude, Jayden Daniels' mom needs to really look into the Jackson Dart mom thing and be more like her.
That's the model right there.
Wait, what's up with Jackson Dart's mom?
No, everyone thinks she's hot.
Oh, MILF.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was...
Sidebar.
Yeah.
Sidebar.
Okay.
So it's crazy. So
I'm predicting how many wins for Jackson Dart's mom.
She's winning every day.
She's winning every single day.
So Tallman has him 0 for 4. Mike and I 1 for 3, and then the VSP overall prediction is 0 for 4.
Yeah.
So not off to a great start, but what else did you expect? All right, so let's see. We got Mike Tallman. So this goes to Mike for Week 5, back at home, taking on the Detroit Lions, the team we were so close to beating last season, right?
I don't think we played them last year.
It was the year before last.
It was the year before when we
played
them
like
home.
every year, basically.
I like memory blocked last year, I think. All right, so we didn't play him last year, but redemption, new coach, new setup, new players. Mike, coming home 1-3 as you have it. How do you see him playing the Lions?
Well, the most important thing about this game, Chris, is it is the Drew Petzing revenge game. I don't care about the weapons of the Detroit Lions. I think that this defense is going to be out for blood. They're going to be headhunting Jared Goff. I don't care that you can call Jahmyr Gibbs Mr. Moneyman now. I think that the Arizona Cardinals get their first win at home against the Detroit Lions because Drew Petzing is that putrid of an offensive coordinator. Lions fans are going to be singing the Logic song pretty soon within this season. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a tough scene in Detroit. I feel so bad for them. But give me that win, the revenge game against Drew Petzing.
That's an interesting layer to it. That I think Drew Petzing is on his way out of the NFL pretty quick, depending on how the Lions do this year. It's interesting, though. That backfield, though, is going to be all Jahmyr Gibbs, no David Montgomery anymore. Tallman, do you have him getting a win yet? Or
No.
Of course he doesn't. Come on. You knew better than that.
I don't know about that. I wasn't paying attention because I think I'm buying a water softener now.
Oh my gosh.
Free installation.
I don't know why. I've been watching this for the last like 5 fucking minutes. So with this, it's great. I think you used a little bit of emotion there, Michael.
Yeah, 100%.
In regards to your Drew Petzing type thing. So what's great about this game, and it plays into why our schedule is so hard, is because we had that with the NFC North. We had that lineup with we were supposed to play the last place team in the NFC North, and it's the fucking Lions. They got last place.
Wow.
Like that's like how ass is that? There's no doubt about the offensive ability with that team. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be the best offensive player in the league. He's going to be number 1 in every single fantasy draft that you see. I'm not buying. So that's week 5, right? So if the play calling, the offense is dog shit by week 5, this is Dan Campbell's team that we're talking about. The dude's pretty hardcore. I don't see him allowing that to go on if Petzing can't do it. So I don't know.
Week 5?
He's a defensive guy.
But no, I'm saying.
You think they're going to fire him after 4 weeks?
No, I think there's going to be a little shift. There's going to be a shift. He won't get fired, but it'll be
not 4 weeks.
Crazy.
I don't know, man. And even then with the talent, we're going to lose. I'm going to go 0-5 to start. Yeah, I can't get behind it. I really can't. I can't get behind a win here. 0-5.
Okay. I gotta ask now, because quick sidebar, Mike, and I'm asking you this directly. So Drew Petzing's obviously getting another chance as an OC in Detroit. John Gannon is getting another shot as a defensive coordinator in Green Bay. Do you think that the NFL and the ownership and the GMs, do you think they've really just bought into the fact that the Cardinals have poor ownership, poor culture, and were so injury riddled that was the reason we failed last year, and that it wasn't on these coaches at all?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you believe that?
The stigma that goes along with Michael Bidwell goes deep within the NFL. I mean, you see it within all the NFLPA grades. The players that play for the Cardinals think that he's the worst, probably. And there's guys who have played for multiple organizations. He's continuously at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Injuries have been a big problem, a big bugaboo for this team over the past 5 seasons, it seems like. But so is for everybody else, right? It seems like the Arizona Cardinals are the only ones who always grasp onto that
as an excuse
every year round. So that's why they're like, you know what? Let's not invest in any other pass rushers. Baron Browning and, BJ Ojolari, who's not even going to make the fucking team. They're going to turn it around this year in year 6. No, it's you are who you are. Like, my goodness. Definition of insanity. You folks know what it is. So I think that there's track records. I think specifically for Drew, a lot of people could look at his overall offensive scheme, especially going back to his time with Cleveland, was really catered to a good run game to open up the pass game. He couldn't run the football last year because you lost 3 of your backs, right? So you were down to Amari DiMercado and Bam Knight starting games. So that's why, and I think a lot of people, unfortunately, as we know, they're not watching the Cardinals games. They're just looking at the stat lines and saying, oh, wow, Jacoby threw for 370 yards. What was the final score? 44-21. Come on. Of course he was throwing 50 times. Of course he was setting an NFL record because the Cardinals were down 21-0 within the first 10 minutes of the game. So and I think some people, specifically the Lions, are like, well, look at what he was able to manufacture without a running game and give great stats for Jacoby and run a decent offense. But you also have to remember, Tampa Bay was giving up points left and right. We couldn't even score over 20 points. We can't beat Kirk Cousins at home. We can't put up enough points against these teams. So that one's I think, a bigger head scratcher than John Gannon is at the end of the day, because John Gannon has the success going back to his time with Philadelphia as a defensive coordinator. 60, 70 sacks that team had on the way to the Super Bowl. So
it's a lot.
He's proven it. So
yeah.
It makes sense that he would have got another opportunity pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's fair. And I think within that like same conversation is like it's a lot of the same people in the Kyler Murray resurgence crowd, where it's like, oh well, he wasn't set up for success, he wasn't given weapons. Like all these people get excuses with the Cardinals asterisks. Like, well, they were hindered by the Cardinals organization, so let's give them another chance and they'll be successful.
Well, let me throw a little sidebar on that. Yeah, too. I heard a comment, a little clip from Colin Cowherd talking about Kyler Murray, and it's like that is the narrative. You have to remember that sometimes people are in the wrong situation with inept franchises and horrible organizations, so they're going to be different. I'm like, for your sakes, folks, I hope Kyler Murray is different, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and talk about Kyler Murray. We've had all those conversations before.
Please,
but
Lord, no.
I think it's just it's delusion at best, and it's like you can point to certain examples, like Baker Mayfield never found success on the Browns and then went elsewhere, and now he's doing pretty good in Tampa Bay.
They made the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay.
No, he was that was just one season.
But they were okay. Yeah, I think
decent. Yeah, but
they gave the other ones.
They gave up on him.
They did.
quote
Yes.
unquote,
Yes, they did.
But that's another franchise that's looked on very similar to the Cardinals. So that's where these comparisons come in. But let's get back on track here. We're still on week 5 with the Lions. So far, Tallman's at 0-5. I don't know if he's going to get a win on the board this season. Mike's at 2-3 with 2 wins. Second win coming here in week 5 against the Lions. Jameer Gibbs, there's a lot of things. Jameer Gibbs, Jared Goff resurgence since he's been moved there, which now he's been there for quite a while. I don't. This one's tough for me. I'm kind of on the fence, but I'm gonna side with Tallman here. I'm gonna say it's gonna be.
Told ya.
It's gonna be a loss. Even though we're at home, I just think that the offense of the Lions and a little bit more of an established team and culture will prevail. And I am curious though how Jameer Gibbs is gonna fare, being the workhorse and the go-to. Tallman, you're absolutely right. He is gonna be a fantasy demon if he stays healthy.
He already was, man.
Even with splitting the
I think he's
the workload.
Because he's been in the league for 3 years. He's got the most touchdowns by any player ever in history through the first 3 years.
That's crazy. So official VSP prediction 0-5 through 5.
Oh baby.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we head into week 6. Back to California. Spending a lot of time in California to start the season. I don't love it, but it's good if you're a Cardinals fan and want to see an away game. Tallman, this will go over to you, I believe, for your prediction first.
Yeah, already.
Did I say the Rams? It's the Rams.
It's the Rams. Yeah, I already sold out my division picks here.
Yeah, so stop talking.
Okay.
I'm just.
No, this is going to be the Rams. Obviously, the favorite to win the Super Bowl. I mean, you add Myles Garrett, the best defensive player in the league at the moment. Then there's all the talks about homeboy coming back. Aaron Donald. I mean, dude, we're gonna get our ass kicked. I'm so sorry. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose this game. It's one of our biggest spreads we're up against too. 13.5 is that line. Honestly, I think we lose by 3 touchdowns. I'm gonna go a loss there for the Cardinals. 0-6. Oof.
0-6 is rough to start the season.
That's when the Carson Beck chants are coming out.
Hey, you might not be wrong. I think there is an angle here you might not have factored in, and I'm curious if Mike has this in his notes. Mike LaFleur was a coordinator for the Rams last year, and we saw the Cardinals really show up when they played the Eagles with John Gannon and wanting to give their coach a signature win against his former team. I'm just saying that could be a factor. You said 3 touchdowns. I don't know, Mike. What are you thinking?
I like that, because I think, when you talk about guys really buying in, those are the kind of games, like the first year with John Gannon, everybody brought the energy to Philadelphia. That's why they won that game. They didn't bring the energy every other week. So I could see that. But when you say that, Chris, I think there's a difference between bringing energy and having the players of the same talent caliber. Now, we talk about the Arizona Cardinals offense could possibly be a top 10 offense, which is awesome. But who's going to stop Myles Garrett? Who's going to stop Aaron Donald when this guy ends up coming back?
Nobody.
Their defense is great. Their draft class, they added 4 of their 5 picks were on the offensive side. I'm going to dox myself this season. for these predictions, I'm not going to do the full NFC West like Tallman is, but I've never been more confident that the Arizona Cardinals will not beat the Los Angeles Rams this year. This is a loss. This is a big loss as well. Me and Tallman are finally in lockstep.
There we go.
Wow.
Nothing but love.
So we got another loss. Apparently Tallman is leading the charge on the VSP prediction side. One of us continues to side with him.
It's going to be a fun season.
I want to believe so bad that this team is going to go to war for Mike LaFleur. Not trying to be Dr. Seuss over here or anything.
War for floor.
But yeah, it's tough when you consider that they are the favorites. They have so many defensive beasts, and defense does win championships, as we know.
Don't forget about Puka
Nacua, absolutely. Kyron Williams, they still got pieces on the offensive side as well. But Matt Stafford is 52 years old now or something like that.
Oh, I think he turns 53 before the season
that
starts.
could
be. But wasn't he the MVP?
Yes, he was.
I guess, yeah. But even do you remember going into last season? It was like he was
in like a hyperbolic
broken
chamber.
leg or something.
Yeah.
Like he was like
his back.
He was like Vegeta in the chamber, which is fucking recharging.
Well, apparently, if he gets hurt, it doesn't matter because Ty Simpson is just freaking incredible.
Yep.
Mr. Mental Health Stetson Bennett will come in. Who knows? I don't know. As optimistic as I want to be, and I do think that the Cardinals will try very hard in this game, which is crazy to say because you think they should try hard every week. But I think you guys swayed me. I'm gonna go L on this one. Starting 1-5 is a tough proposition. Even 2-4 isn't great. But again, with where this team's at and the expectations, I don't know, man. The thought of Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett, I can't imagine being a player on the other side. I mean, you guys remember when we were in Pittsburgh a few years ago, we were at AccuSure Stadium, and they had that whole Aaron Donald shrine in the concourse there because he played at Pitt.
Oh,
played at Pitt where I got this koozie here, and it was interesting seeing in the Steelers stadium. Obviously the Pitt Panthers play there as well, so they had a lot of stuff. Very highly regarded there. Retired early, and I guess is coming out of retirement to win a ring.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, it's
a ring chase
to win a ring for sure.
Well, LeBron gets a bunch of shit for chasing rings, but no one's gonna say shit to Aaron Donald for chasing a ring
because they're scared of him.
And
he's gonna beat them up.
That too, and he hasn't actually come back yet.
Yeah,
so when he comes back,
he's been out there, man.
Then we'll talk. He did a tryout.
He's been out there.
A tryout. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So through week 6, the VSP official prediction matches Tallman's official prediction at 0-6. It's a tough one, but that brings us to week 7. We're coming back home, and this is the game, folks. The Valley Sports Plug boys will be in attendance, not to see the Denver Broncos, but to see the enshrinement of Larry Fitzgerald into the Arizona Cardinals Ring of Honor. That is Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald. Put some respect on his name. Woo. He will be enshrined into the Ring of Honor in that game, and that will be a massive, massive thing to witness. I expect a ton of Cardinals fans in the stadium for that game. Tickets are already going fast. It might even be sold out already. I really do hope Cardinals fans show up for that because I know for a fact, because my father-in-law is a Broncos fan, there are a ton of Broncos fans here in the Valley. We're very close to Denver, Colorado, and I just hope this is one of those games where the Cardinals fans maybe have at least 70% representation in the building on that day. But should be loud, should be proud, and hoping the team can live up to that hype against Bo Nix. But Mike, this goes to you for your prediction first.
Chris, I think you're absolutely spot on. If there's some things that we can guarantee, it's that the Arizona Cardinals fans will actually show up this week. They're going to honor Larry Legend 100%. So having the backing, the true backing, and we know, going towards the early days of State Farm Stadium, when the people are there, it is exciting. So I think, if anything, that's what I'm most excited about going to that game, other than getting to honor Larry. I've been waiting for 4 or 5 years for this damn thing for him. He should have been, the day after Michael Bidwell knew that he wasn't going to be coming back, he should have been put into the rafters there. But this will be an exciting game. With that being said, I think we are getting dangerously close to Carson Beck watch at this point.
Ooh.
If things go the route as the VSP schedule goes, I could 100% see Carson Beck starting this game because it will give a lot of excitement in front of your hometown base with the primary fans there being Cardinals fans. And it's kind of like the end of one great career, hopefully going into the birth of something new. If you wanted to write a storyline, that would be the perfect one. With that being said, I have them at 2-4. I don't think Carson's going to be starting yet, but then Jacoby's going to lose this game. The Cardinals will lose to the Denver Broncos. The Broncos were just in the AFC Championship game. They're a really good team. The Cardinals aren't going to beat really good teams this year. It's easy as that.
Hey, yeah, I know that said it. I do like the Carson Beck pseudo prediction. Coming off, like, obviously the entrapment of Larry Fitzgerald into the Ring of Honor, he had a lot of success with a quarterback named Carson. So maybe there's some more connections there. Tallman, I already know what your prediction is, so we'll just let you get it out of the way.
Oh, really? You do? Okay. So I'm not, I think it's 10 games, then we're going to see Carson Beck. So I'm fully expecting Brissett to play this game. I'm going against the grain, fellas. I really am. You're going to be surprised. And I'm only doing it because Larry Fitzgerald came out and said, let's win this game. Did you see that?
They're going to win it for Larry?
He put the pressure on him.
I love it.
He put the pressure on him. He's like, we're going to win this game.
Are you telling me Tallman did some research? He did.
I think he did.
You did some research.
Just in passing.
Nice work, man.
Larry's like, we're going to win. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say, I think it's going to be fucking hype in that building. Mostly because I want to see them win to the one game I go to. So I'm going to put that into the universe right now. And I think we're going to shock. We're going to surprise. We're going to win the first game of the season against the Broncos at home on a night where the best player in Arizona history is being honored and put into the Ring of Honor. So wow. Crazy. I know. Broncos are a good team. I still think their offense is ass. Their defense is world class. Sean Payton's is a dog, but I think we're going to get them.
Wow,
yeah,
that surprised me.
1-6.
That's 1-6.
1-6.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man. Dan.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. Yeah, wow. I do agree that their offense leaves. Again, I say this. This is one of my turns of phrase that is coming into my vocabulary, but I think their offense leaves much to be desired. Bo Nix, I'm on the fence, kind of similar to Jackson Dart. I don't know. I like Cortland Sutton as a receiver a lot. They have that pretty good tight end. Is it Ingram? Did they get Evan Ingram? I could be wrong, but again,
I think they did for a little bit, but
yeah, who knows? But their running game obviously has been like a revolving door there. They kind of struggled against the Patriots, although that was a very snowy, very odd, shitty game, dude, especially in the second half. It was like a freaking blizzard, dude. It was absolutely crazy.
That was the worst game to watch.
But yeah, but Mike, you do bring up a good point with they did make it there, and you can argue easy path or this and that and the next thing. Division is kind of trash, right? Because who else they got? Oakland, Chiefs, down year for them last year. Who else? There's one more team. I'm always terrible with the NFL divisions, dude.
What's the other team?
Am I. Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos.
God, we're idiots.
It's not Chargers, is it?
Is it Titans? No, Titans.
Oh,
here, quick research on the fly.
That might be Titans. Because aren't the Titans in the same division as the Chiefs?
It might be Titans, actually, yeah.
Oh, it's the Chargers.
It is the Chargers.
No.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. All right, but with all that being said, you said it, Tallman. Their defense is world class, and when we are going to rely so heavily on our offense to carry us, if they have even the slightest bit of challenge. Although I do think whether they're 1-5 or 0-6 going into this week, they're gonna be hungry for a win. So like Mike, you're swaying me, but I'm gonna go loss. I'm gonna protect my heart here, and I'm gonna say that the Cardinals lose this game. And so it's funny.
Wait, hold on a second. Tallman said that they were going to win. You're finally on my side, man. There we go. Let's go.
What's so sad about that, though, is that means that the VSP prediction officially has us at 0-7 on the season. In the 1 week that Tallman has them winning.
Let the beckoning begin.
The beckoning. I agree with Tallman, though. I don't think it'll happen that early in the season, especially since they paid Jacoby, and we'll have to see. But trust and believe Carson Beck is going to play. at some point in the season. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when for Carson Beck. But yeah, week 7, man, not looking great. Not looking great, boys. But then starts 2 road games in a row. Week 8 takes us to Dallas. Apparently a team we have to play every season, every other season, but this time without the Texas legend Kyler Murray. So there won't be that dynamic, at least. It was teased that, I think last season, right, that he would play in that game. There was a lot of hype leading up to it, and then even he was going to be like a back available, but then he wasn't actually available because obviously now we know he
practiced
he had
the entire week.
Crazy, because he was fully healthy. He was fully fucking healthy.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I'm not going to relitigate the past here, but no, week 8 at the Cowboys. This one goes to VSP Tallman to kick us off.
Let's go. Okay. Visit to Jerry World once again. I'm going to go with the loss here. I'm buying into that Cowboys offense. I think Prescott's better than what people say. CD Lamb. I mean, they had George Pickens too. I don't know. That offense is going to be a top 5 offense in the league. We're going to be able to score some points because they don't know how to play defense in Dallas, but I don't think we'll be able to win that shootout. So I'm going to go a loss for the Cardinals. I got them 1-7. Yeah, 1-7.
1-7.
Oh my God, you gave them a win?
Yeah,
last week against the Broncos,
man.
What a weird week to choose.
Yes.
Mike, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I agree with Tallman. Like, I think the Dak Prescott is one of those overhated players. We've talked about some overrated quarterbacks, but I think like Dak is like pretty consistently like serviceable.
Oh yeah, at times he's more than serviceable, but there's something about the expectations for Dallas all the time, and some guys plateau, and I feel like he's that quarterback. I don't know if they're ever going to win much with him. So we'll see what happens with them for the next couple of years. But we love going to Dallas, gentlemen. I'm going off of vibes only. I'm going off of track record. The Arizona Cardinals go to Jerry's World and they win this game somehow, some way, maybe by the skin of their teeth, or else they get trounced. But let's go with a win. I'm going to be a little optimistic this year. So
a little bit of optimism.
W in Jerry's World. Why not?
All right.
Leave it up to you. I'm trying to see which way you're leaning, Chris, because right now it's not in my favor.
Well, I did side with you in week 7, but now here in week 8, I think the Cowboys offense is formidable. This is another game where I think we could see a bit of a shootout if the Cardinals offense is humming the way we think it could, especially given, obviously the Mike LaFleur effect, the weapons we have. I'm not going to get into all that. We all know who we got. But at the same time, I tend to want to lean towards Tallman on this one. And this could be my pessimism speaking. And just this schedule is one of the toughest, if not the toughest in the NFL this season. And this is going to be one, like, yeah, we might have, put all of our energy out there in week 7 to get that win, to try and get that win against the Broncos, do it for Larry, get our first win of the season on the board, however you look at it. But I think, although we have had quite a bit of success in that stadium, I don't know, because also Jacoby Brissett did play pretty good in that game, right? And we got the win.
Game. Yeah.
Marv had a big game in that game too.
We squeaked it out, but
the Walter Nolan showcase, I think that was his first game he played as well.
That's right. So I think there's reasons. To believe that it's possible. You know what, Mike? Yeah. Let's go with the dub.
Yeah, let's
go with the dub. Let's think that the Cardinals are going to be sick of losing, and they might have 1 win, they might have 0, who knows? They might even have 2. But going into this game, they want to prove everyone wrong, that they're not the dog shit team that the entire rest of the country believes that they're going to be. Mike,
you don't need
Mike
it
is
anyway.
so bamboozled, he just chucked his notes on the ground. But you know what, Mike? With me siding with you here and taking the dub, you know what this does? This puts the first win on the board for the VSP prediction.
Damn it! I wanted it to be 0-7.
That would have been pretty good. It was looking like it would be that way. But in week 8, Valley Sports Plug collectively has them at 1-7. First win coming against the Dallas Cowboys. For me, it will be their second win, hopefully. But that takes us back, continuing on the road trip. Week 9 to face the Seahawks for the second time already in, again, the defending champs, the Seattle Seahawks. Mike, are we going to be riding high?
Hell no. Are you kidding me? I don't have much to say about this. I think I already said it. I will say it again. There's levels to this. And you just have to pencil. There's going to be some key injuries at some point to some major pieces to this team. And the truth of the matter for this season specifically, gentlemen, is that I'm very worried about the depth of this team. So if major pieces go down, some of these games that I might be optimistic for, if somebody goes out really early, I'm going to have to start taking a look and honestly thinking, is this team really going to be able to win games at all this year? But they're the champs. You're going into Lumen Field. No
Loss. Shot. No loss, huh? All right, Tallman, I think I know how you're going to see this one.
No,
you kind of already spoiled the...
Yeah, my feelings with the Seahawks games are exactly how Mike feels about the Rams games. I think they're in a different league than the Cardinals are, and there's no way we win in Seattle. It's going to be like we got stuck on the plane, man. We're not even going to show up. I think it's going to be a bad one.
So like last season.
Yeah, exactly like last season.
Yikes.
It's going to be tough. But I'm going to go lost there. I think I'm at 1-8.
Yep, you do have them at 1-8. I agree with you guys 100% on everything you said. I also think back-to-back road games is tough for a team, especially a team that's probably going to be banged up. Like you said, Mike, the depth is not quite there, so guys are going to have to step up, but they might not be able to step all the way up. And the defending champs, man, there's a reason. So yeah, I'm taking a loss here. I have them at 2-7. Just quick check-in. Tallman has them at 1-8. Mike has them at 3-6. And the Valley Sports Plug Collective has them at 1-8.
Woo!
Taking 2 L's to the Seahawks within the first 9 weeks of the season. It's tough that we got to play them twice so early, but sometimes that's the way it goes. But week 10, moving on. We stay in the division, but we're back at home. And our second matchup of the season with the Rams at State Farm Stadium. Michael Benjamin. No, VSP Tallman?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I can't keep track.
It's all good.
I got track, so don't worry if you...
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough 2 weeks for us, guys. I mean, we've already said it. Mike already said it with the Rams. I mean, mid-season form, too. I mean, aside from Stafford breaking his leg or something, I mean, they're going to be a well-oiled machine, the Rams are. It's going to be a tough game, and I feel for anybody that goes to this game, it's not going to be a good viewing time for Cardinals fans. We're going to lose, guys. Again, I mentioned it with the Seahawks being in a different league. I think the Rams are in a different league as well as the Cardinals, and it's going to be tough, dude. 1-9.
I hate it. I don't think you're out of bounds with saying we're not going to get a division win. It is the toughest division in all of football right now, with all of our opponents being top tier. That list of the top 100 players in the NFL came out, and like 40 of them were in the NFC West. That might be an exaggeration, but it was right up there. Like, there is a lot of them. And the Rams are one of those teams that's loaded with talent, not to mention all the defensive pieces that we've talked about. So I don't think you're out of bounds with that, Tallman. I'm interested to see what Mike thinks.
I mean, since it's the second matchup, I don't think there's really much you have to talk about X's and O's, and I already made, my thought process on the LA Rams pretty clear here. There are different expectations for that team comparative for the Arizona Cardinals. But the one thing that I think I can be assured about, or at least the organization should be assured about, is Carson Beck should be starting this game no matter what. If the team has no options for the playoffs, they don't have any kind of intentions to try and make some kind of a push, this is the bare minimum. You need to have Carson Beck out there for at least 7 weeks to see what he's made out of, because it's going to predicate what you do in the next offseason. And based off of where the schedule is, and if we're going off of our comparative schedules, 1-8 if you're still, or no, what, 1-9 at that point? No, 1-8.
1-8 going into this week. Yeah.
If we're still putting Jacoby Brissett out there with one win, I'm going to have a hard time as a fan turning the television on, trying to keep any kind of interest in what the hell this team is doing for the rest of the year until Carson Beck is playing.
Oh, you're going to watch, Mike.
I don't know. You kept pulling me away from I had tickets last year and I didn't go to the games. I went to go golf instead. I honestly would probably much rather do that.
We listened to the game
if Jacoby Brissett is still playing at that point. That's all I'm saying.
So a loss here, I assume.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mike has him at 3-7 with the loss, guys. I hear you, and I tend to agree with everything you said there. Especially if we're 1-8, 2-7, whichever it is, at a certain point, there's going to come a time in this season when you got to throw in the flag, the towel, whatever you call it, and we got to see what we have in Carson Beck so that we can know what we're going to do in the 2027 draft. However, I did say that the factor of Mike LaFleur having been a coach for the Rams, there at some point these teams, whether one game, 2 games, both games, they show up and really put their whole oomph into it. They're going to try and get a win for their head coach. And so I think they're going to win a game against the Rams.
I love that,
Chris. I think they are going to win a game against the Rams. And so I'm going to slate it in here for week 10 in the second matchup at home. And I'm going to get the win here. I'm going to have them at 3-7.
Oh, welcome aboard. Damn. Welcome aboard the 3-7 train.
Right, so now Mike and I are both at 3-7. Tallman's at 1-9. But with you guys both going L here, that puts the Valley Sports Plug prediction at 1-9.
Oh, God.
Sad to say it. Tough, guys. Moving right along, though. Week 11. Do I have this right? We're going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs?
Correct.
In Week 11?
At Arrowhead.
Patrick Mahomes is back and possibly better than ever. Team is, they're not what they were during their dynasty years, but obviously Patrick Mahomes is still top 2, top 3 quarterback in the league.
They finally have a running back, too.
And they finally have a running
Kenneth
back?
Walker.
Oh, they got Ken Walker.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering where he went. I forgot about that. So that could be that is definitely going to be a factor. I'm not going to say it could be a factor. That will definitely be a factor, because if you can have a solid run game with Patrick Mahomes' ability to throw the football, Pat Mahomes is kind of like one of those Tom Brady types where he can elevate the receivers around him. To where he makes the guys that aren't necessarily the most talented look a lot better than they really are. So Chiefs are going to be dangerous this year without a doubt. But going into Week 11, Mike, this one goes to you, leading off the prediction.
Yeah, and this is an early game too. This is an 11 a.m. start. And am I wrong? Is this the final season at Arrowhead Stadium, or do they still have this season and another before they move?
I actually don't know that.
I think they have a couple.
I might be wrong, but I think honestly, guys, that can play a factor into this as well, because all of those Chiefs fans, they're basically going to be making the trip over the next couple of seasons to the Mecca to make sure that they see one last game in Arrowhead Stadium.
True.
So that brings different types of energy. You're going to have fans, first-time fans that haven't. Just say it. I can't even read that. Oh, 2031.
2031.
But still, that's
what are the glasses for, Mike? If you can't read it,
bro. I'm over the hill, man. I almost need to put the bubble text put the bubble text up to the big size, to be able to see anything. I still kind of put that into it, right? People who might not always have the means, they're going to start to look at, if you're a true diehard Chiefs fan, getting out there within the next 5 years, and energy is off the charts. Pat's coming back from a major injury. Tallman already touched on Kenneth Walker. This is still a good team. They had a down year last year. Now, I don't know if there's expectations of them to be a perennial Super Bowl contender for the next couple of seasons, but you almost kind of have to when you have Pat Mahomes at the helm, and who's still pretty much in his prime for the quarterback position. This is a tough task for the Arizona Cardinals. And Chris, I think you also already mentioned going halfway across the country or more and playing early games. It's never really worked out in our favor. So I have a loss on this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And not only the travel, you're outdoors in the cold at this time of year. Don't know if it'll necessarily be snowing. What Week 11 probably puts us sometime in
November 22nd.
There you go.
22nd.
Yeah, so it's going to be cold. And I just don't know. I just don't know if this team's cut out for it. So We'll see what I have to say, but Tallman, this prediction goes to you.
So, dude, I think I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think Arrowhead is up there in my top 3 stadiums I'd want to go to.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because if you, it's huge. It's like one of those old school. Like, remember when they used to build all the college stadiums were ginormous? Mm-hmm. It gives you that kind of huge bowl feel, right? Like with the ASU stadium, they took out like 60,000 seats out of that thing. That's outrageous. 60 is probably way high. I think it was only like 20. But yeah. Anyway, so with this is actually my Carson Beck game right here. I think Carson Beck officially becomes a starter at this game in Arrowhead against the big bad Chiefs. Could you imagine what a first game in the NFL for the young man? You gotta have shade. My bad.
No, that was great. So, what are you talking about? My bad.
I think this is my. I was always hyper focused on, after 10 games, it's time. And I got him at 1-9. Mike, you're absolutely right. If you keep rolling Jacoby Brissett out with one win, who cares what you paid him, $15 million or $2? Like this, it's time. It's time for Carson Beck to come in, because we're at that point where it's over. You're not coming back from 1-9, 2-8. 3-7, you're not. The season's basically over. So you got to see what you have in Carson Beck. You got to be prepared going into the 2027 NFL draft. Because you're going to be high. You're going to be high in that draft order. What are you taking? Are you taking a quarterback? Is it the Arch Manning, time? Like, what is it? So this is a perfect slip in for Carson Beck to come in. Granted, I have some feelings of them probably wanting him to start his first game at home. I do. So that's why it's a little against it, but I'd love it. Like, I'd love for him to come in, play the Chiefs on the road in crazy ass Arrowhead. But we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose that game.
all of that build up.
We're gonna lose. In his debut, he's gonna lose. He's gonna not have any shade. But yeah, no, Chiefs. I love the Kenneth Walker edition. They've always never had that running back. I think since Jamal Charles. I think that was the dude. That was the Alex Smith days, though. But with Pat Mahomes, it's always been like Pacheco shined a little bit, but he's on the Bears now? No. Not sure. Where did he go?
Well, they had Kareem Hunt and...
Yeah, but Kareem, he's washed. But he was good the 1 or 2 seasons. He's the dude that was kicking... Never mind.
Yeah. Kicking it.
Where's he at? Oh, he's with the Lions. Okay. He's with the Lions. All right. So Isaiah Pacheco's with the Lions. But no, I don't know. I think Mahomes is back. Depending on if Rashee Rice is going to get arrested again, I don't know.
Possible.
Travis Kelce, he's got that old ball and chain, dude.
He's a married man now.
Yeah, I think he's washed, though. This is his last season.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's his last season.
Or it should be.
Yeah. But I think the Chiefs are back into form. This upcoming season. I don't think the Cardinals can win this game. 1-10.
1-10 is tough. Mike, so I'm making a quick note here. Have you pinpointed, I know you had mentioned it potentially as week 8, but a Carson Beck debut game. Do you have a official prediction on that?
So is that what you guys want to do the bet for? Or
good.
No, our 3 bet is whoever's closest for the prediction.
Yeah. Oh, that works. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we want to do.
I think Carson Beck will be appointed the starter before week 11. Now, it could be in Dallas. It could be against the Rams. I think the latest would be week 10 against the Rams, like you said, with the home field kind of situation. But the one thing that holds me up, too, at the same time is like, Carson Beck isn't a baby. He's 24. He's 25 years old. He's a young man. Like, he's played a lot of college football. I think that he is going to be able to go on the road for his first start and be just fine. Are they going to win the game? I don't know.
No. So do you want that to be our bet?
Yeah.
So
do you want to do that?
If he's the starter before week 11, you win. If he's not, I win.
Yeah.
Okay. I could get behind that.
So the overall, though, what if we have the same records?
Well, we're one off right now.
Mike and I are.
We'll see when we get to
the
end.
The same?
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Okay.
So for you guys, though, it's Mike, you're before week 11.
Yeah.
Tallman is 11 or after for the
11 or
Carson Beck
after.
debut.
Yes.
Are you okay? You don't want to put any conditions on it?
No, I'm cool with it.
Okay. All right.
Do you want
You don't want
like an injury,
like an injury
condition?
addendum?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like if
'cause
Jacoby
even
gets,
then, I think Minshew will come in.
if Jacoby, oh, okay, all right, no conditions then. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right.
Think about it. We got a few more weeks to get through.
Yeah, we do.
We got
Okay.
4 or 5, 6
All right.
6 more weeks to get through.
We will in closing we'll circle back and we'll
circle back.
Yeah, we'll solidify it.
I got the note here.
All
I got the note. For the sake of time, guys, this is a loss. We're losing to Arrowhead.
There you go.
Mike and I are in lockstep. We're in alignment here. 3-8 through the first 11 weeks. Tallman 1-10, all taking a loss here, which means the official VSP prediction is back in line, continues to be back in line with VSP Tallman at 1-10. A very sad and bleak outlook, but I'm not surprised at all. But hey, plenty left, because that honestly through the first 11 weeks, that is our toughest part of the schedule. And as we get into the back half here, I think we're gonna find some winnable games here. I think we are. Maybe starting with week 12 and Tallman's client, Jayden Daniels, and the Commanders. We'll be back at home. Mike and I went to a Commanders game last year.
All three of us went.
All three of us
we
went. The year before last. The year before last. 2
We
years.
got our
The
ass
Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff
game.
Kingsbury game. That's
kicked with
right.
the sign.
And that was just embarrassing.
He
But
got fired, right, or let go?
Yeah, they let him go.
he's
Is he
with the
working?
Rams.
Yeah.
He's with the Rams now at some capacity, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at him landing the cushy job.
After his little sabbatical in Thailand or whatever.
Fucking Instagram models. Sorry, that was okay. Let's take that back. My bad.
You can't.
That was my one. That was my one. I get one.
I
every
mean, we
time.
put an explicit thing on
Okay.
it, so we'll be okay.
Yeah, but that was inappropriate.
Yeah, if you're listening to this with your children, I apologize for absolutely nothing. No, week 12 takes us to VSP Tallman for his opening statements.
They're playing me in week 12?
Well,
I'm kidding. I mean, you can use your one right here.
no, your client. It's,
Okay.
it's your
Oh,
client.
yeah,
Your client,
okay.
Jayden Daniels.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it was the Cardinals against Jayden Daniels' mom, I think the Cardinals are going to win in a landslide. So, shit, this is a tricky one. It's really hard to tell because obviously the Commanders, they had a down year last season. It was because Jayden Daniels was hurt most of the year. And then, of course, a year prior to that in his rookie campaign, he was incredible. Obviously, we were there and we experienced a really, really big loss for the Cardinals. So with this, this is one of the ones it's winnable. It definitely is. Vegas thinks it's winnable. The point line's at -4.5. It's at home too. It was either between this and the Chiefs one, where I'd say this is where Beck's going to start. But I like the whole narrative of Beck starting at Arrowhead. It was just much cooler. So that's why I did that. I'm gonna go win. Cardinals are gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be Carson Beck's first win of his young NFL career. Because I don't know. I'm not feeling. Jayden Daniels needs to have his mom rub his legs a little more, make sure they're all nice and clean. Because I don't know if he's just able to stay healthy.
She's got to keep him away from those Instagram models.
Yeah, he can't hang out with Cliff Kings. That's why they let Cliff Kingsbury go,
makes
because
sense. Bad
Jayden
influence.
his mom was like, this dude, he's got to go.
Cliff tried to bang his mom.
See, that was your one.
That was my one. That was
yeah.
That
Hand
was
up.
mine.
You're out. You're
All
out.
right, my bad.
You can't do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna go win. So I'm at 2-10.
2-10.
Carson Beck's first win. A win at home. I think the Commanders are gonna be shuffling a little bit at that point. So
all right,
there we go.
All right,
I can be positive.
I am with you. I think the Commanders are beatable. I don't think they shine. They flashed. They flashed 2 years ago. The down year. I think Jayden Daniels had some injury trouble last year. Could be wrong about that. But curious what you think, Mike. This goes to you.
Yeah. This is a tough one. Did you guys see that also the Commanders teammates in solidarity for Jayden Daniels. They're no longer giving him high fives. They're only doing daps and headbutts. Did you see that too?
Yeah, it makes sense though. It makes sense.
Yo, that's incredible.
I think Washington, going to the NFC Championship game was a flash in the pan season. It was, the bright lights weren't too bright for Jayden Daniels, but then the injuries started to show themselves, which he had within college too, if I'm not mistaken. Is that who he is? Is that going to be an issue for this team? And I know the past 2 seasons Washington was pretty old. Like a lot of their players were up there. I haven't done my research, unfortunately, with who they have, except for Crockett or Jacoby something.
Ja'Cory Merritt.
Krosky Merritt.
Yeah, whatever his name is. They still have Scary Terry.
Yeah.
But
Terry McLaurin.
come on, he's up there too. I think this one was kind of a toss up for me.
Sorry, they added Stephon Diggs too.
Oh yeah, moves the needle.
Yeah.
Ooh, careful.
Him and the Instagram models too.
Both male and female.
And the purple pills.
Yeah.
From the boat.
From
Cardi B.
From the boat.
Oh, it was like the pink cocaine or something.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
doing some crazy shit.
Okay, I'll just get to it. For right now, I'll just go off what I wrote. I have a loss.
Oh.
But this is a toss-up one. So if anything, you could flip the Detroit Lions in this game. So you could give loss for Detroit and then win for here. But I'll just go with L. Why not? Who cares?
The hell? So you have them at 3-9, Mike.
Yeah, they're going to go on a tough little losing streak going into the bye, I think.
I don't think that's without merit. Guys,
Without Krosky?
McCroskey Merritt.
McCroskey.
McCroskey.
I will say I do think that this is the Carson Beck debut game. For me, I think week 12, I think this is when we see Carson Beck.
It's the home thing too.
And I think it's the home thing. I factor that in. Also, the way I have our predictions going is where we're going to have some wins on the board. So it's not like we're a complete dumpster fire, although it'll be like a smolder. It won't be like a full-blown fire. It'll be like there's like smoke, but it's like starting to billow up. I don't know why. I just have a feeling we're at home. Commanders beatable. Injuries, this, that, the next. Carson Beck starting, gets his first win in his debut, and the Cardinals are going to be 4-8. So I'm siding with Tallman once again, but that puts another win on the board for the VSP predictions, which puts us at 2-10 to mirror VSP Tallman. But it puts me at a supremely optimistic 4-8 on the season.
Ooh.
So now I have us with the most wins through 12. Makes me a little bit nervous. But I think I know how week 13 is going to go, which is the Philadelphia Eagles staying at home, going into the bye week. Mike, what you got?
Yeah, I always blame these games on drama because he goes and he brings the Eagle Nation.
The negative
with him.
energy.
And for some reason, recently, they come in here and they beat us all the time. So say what you want about Jalen, them losing. Oh, my God, who's the receiver?
AJ Brown.
AJ
Brown.
Yeah.
Their receiving core is kind of small, but if Jalen's just going to game manage this game, I think that the Eagles are still a decent enough team to the point where the Arizona Cardinals are where they are right now. And like I said, week 13, who's going to be hurt? That's really like all you have to think about. The biggest thing, like I said, for me this season, it's impossible for everybody to stay healthy. And the back end and depth of this team is so porous. Once those major pieces start going off, even if you're like a toss-up game for Philadelphia, like they've been good the past 5 years. They should beat the Cardinals even in State Farm Stadium. So I got another L. That's a 5-game losing streak for me going into the bye.
So you have Carson Beck coming in, but he's not our savior. He's just getting reps because you have him
reps.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. But like I said, okay, yeah, you can. I would be aligned with you guys getting that Washington win and leaning more towards a loss against the Detroit Lions because overall that is a better team.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
But it would still keep my record the same. So if anything,
you can't
win.
go
They're
back
lost
and change
4 out
it.
of 5. So.
Mike, you can't change it.
Overall record is what I care about the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get close to that this season? Because good Lord, I haven't been close. I've only been close the years when we suck. So maybe I have a chance this year.
But we're gonna suck this year.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
close.
I
I'll
see,
be
I see,
close
I
because we're
Yeah.
gonna suck. So if I have 4 wins, then that'll be perfect. The Cardinals will win 5 games.
Yeah, I got you there. Hey, optimism is at an all-time low. Tallman, I have a feeling I know your answer, but what you got, man?
Yeah. This is going to be another loss.
2-11.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, the AJ Brown, I don't know. I mean, him being out of Philly, I don't think it really makes a difference.
Yeah, I don't think it moves the needle.
It really doesn't. I mean, you still got some great players. You still got Devontae Smith.
Yep.
You got Saquon. I think Jalen Hurts doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. He's a really good quarterback. He really is. He's not that game manager type. He's not like Brock Purdy, right?
No way.
Yeah.
He said it.
I was kidding, but Brock Purdy's the GOAT. Yeah, that's a loss. I mean, I don't know how. There's no reason. You can't debate it that the Cardinals are going to lose this game against the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are going to be in a position to try to make a playoff run, so it's going to be another loss.
Yeah, I mean, despite the fact that we're going into a late season bye in week 14 after this, I think the injuries are going to be there and hopefully not significant, but we will have lost some pieces by this point in the season, as will the Eagles. Every team gets injuries. However, the Eagles, with Nick Sirianni, and they are a more cohesive unit in the sense that they've been familiarized. They've been playing together for a long time. You got the first year factor with Mike LaFleur, where I think they're going to be working a lot of things out throughout this season. They're going to push their way to a win in this one, and the Eagles are going to beat the Cardinals in week 13. So yeah, wow. So a little touch base here, a little checkpoint. VSP Tallman 2-11, Michael Benjamin 3-10, and Chris Patrick 4-9 through 13 weeks, which puts the VSP total at 2-11. Absolutely brutal. Tallman had to get some refreshments going there. But yeah, 2-11 going into the bye week is tough. Week 14 in the bye. Tallman, are they gonna win the bye week?
They're gonna lose it.
No, they're gonna win the bye week because this team might be on life support. They're gonna lose the bye week. Oh my God.
What a late bye, but honestly, it's not. I mean, Vegas has us at 3.5 wins for the season. I don't think it's gonna make or break this team wherever the bye is. So it's not something to get all up in arms about where the bye week is and how it's late, because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I guess that's an interesting topic though. Like, Mike, would you rather the team have an early bye or a late bye, or like right in the middle? Because this is kind of late. Week 14 is a pretty late bye week.
Man, that's a good question. I think like week 11 would be a perfect bye week, honestly.
Like mid-season, yeah.
A little bit more mid-season. Get some more fresh legs for, 8 to 9 game down the stretch. And then it gives you a better viewpoint of where your team sits. Like in 2024, when we were sitting in first place, I thought that was a great spot for the bye. We were sitting in at 6-4. You got 7 more games left. And you looked at the schedule and were like, man, there's some winnable games down the stretch. But we know what happened. So this late in the season, and based off of what the national media and apparently our own predictions are, like, the bye couldn't come soon enough. So week 14, yikes, man. That's just it's too late.
I think it is a little late, but I'd rather have a mid-season or late bye than the early season bye.
Yeah, oh yeah, never early season.
I think we had that last year, right? Our bye was a little earlier, and granted, it didn't make a difference because we were banged up regardless. But
no, I think it was right in the middle, wasn't it?
I can't remember. Look that up real quick.
Look that up, Jamie.
Look that up, Jamie. Pull that up. But yeah, I don't know, man. I do think like it's tough. Like whether you look at them having 2, 3, or 4 wins at this point in the season, we're basically essentially out of playoff contention. Even if we go and we win the next 4 games to close out the season, our most optimistic outlook has us at 8 and 9. So it's like that doesn't get you into the playoffs more likely than not.
Week 8.
It was week 8 last year, so that's a little bit earlier.
I accidentally typed in 2035.
What's our bye week then?
I was like, it's currently unknown when their bye week's going to be.
Hop in the DeLorean, damn.
Yeah,
Easy.
no shit. Wonder who the coach will be. How many head coaches will have gone through by then? But I don't know, man.
It's gonna be a hologram of Bruce Arians.
An AI coach by then. Yeah. No, guys, so we got 4 games left, and this is the quote-unquote easier part of our schedule, if you will. So I'm curious to see how you guys have it shaken out. But after the bye week in week 14, we stay at home. So this will be our 3rd home game in a row, which I really think is going to be beneficial for this team, not having to travel, getting fresh in the bye week. And then you have a nice, potentially easy game against who? Geno Smith?
If he is playing at that point.
If he's playing, like, and the New York Jets. Tallman, this is over to you, man, for your prediction.
Yeah, and this would be one of those games where you'd be like, oh, maybe we could be favored in this one.
Not even favored in this one?
Actually, no, we are.
Oh, wow.
That must have changed, dude.
That had to have changed.
Yeah.
And it changed recently.
So it's minus 1.5.
In favor of the look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah. So, I mean, the dysfunction of the Jets, everybody is no secret. It's no secret. I'm going to give this one to the Cardinals. I really am. I think we're going to win this game. It's hard. It's hard to bet against the Cardinals when you're playing the Jets. I mean, everything about the Jets. So just thank God we are not Jets fans. Thank God we're not that low. We're low.
It's pretty
low.
low.
There's no doubt about it, but we're not that low. That's bottom of the barrel. So I'm going to give them a win. 3 wins.
I like it. We're at 3-11 for VSP Tallman. I think this might be the first one we've agreed on a couple of all losses, but this might be the first. I don't want to say it. Mike, what do you got?
No, go ahead and say it, because
I think we're all going to have wins here.
Mr. Benjamin has a win for this.
Hey!
Let's go.
Coming off the bye, this might be the only Christmas present that the Arizona Cardinals give us this season. Yeah, I mean, we're getting to the territory, especially for a couple of these last games, where teams are looking at their record and looking at the QB class for 2027 and starting to punt games. And just overall, we're going to have our overall thoughts, but man, the Cardinals are going to be better than we think, than a lot of national media pundits think. They're going to have more wins, and they're going to have some surprising wins, I think, this season. But they're not going to lay down. I don't think they're going to lay down towards the end of this year, because my hope is that they're going to have different plans at the quarterback position, but we'll get to that later.
Ooh.
With that being said, W against the Jets. Yeah, come on.
I like where you're going with that, because also, Mike, you bring up a good point with the draft and the tanking, or looking forward to the draft depending on where your team's at. And at this point, we're going to start to have a more clear picture of what that draft class is going to look like, because the college football season is going to have been mostly played out by this point. So those prospects are going to, their grade is their stock, or whatever, however you want to say it, is going to rise or fall depending. And this is a great quarterback class. You got Arch Manning, Sam Levitt, Trinidad Chambliss. All these guys are going to have chances to build their resume potentially. And then there's some other guys that are probably going to come out of the woodwork, and their star is going to rise as well. I don't know. I kind of have this feeling, and again, this is putting the cart before the horse a little bit, but I feel like the Cardinals are going to have seen a few games of Carson Beck at this point, and they're going to be comfortable with him potentially being their go forward, and they're not going to see a need to bring in another quarterback. And while all these other teams are rushing to grab quarterbacks, we're going to have a high draft pick. We will be able to get another very talented player that might have been drafted higher if there weren't so many quarterbacks in the draft. Again, a lot has to happen between now and then. I'm going to agree with you guys. Obviously, I think it's going to be a win against the Jets. This is one of those poverty franchises that's in the same breath as the Browns and the Cardinals and the Titans and all those other bad teams. But, I mean, coming out of the bye, being at home for a month straight, I think you come in a little fresh with a good game plan against a team that may or may not have Geno Smith or some other bum at the helm. Like, this is a very winnable game. Honestly, if I had to circle a game that is a must-win game this season, this is one of them. This is a game that the Cardinals need to win.
It's the only must-win game.
That's
Probably. It probably is. This is a must-win. So I'm putting dub, which puts me at a supremely optimistic 5-9 for the season, which
That's
Call me
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
Call me
that-
crazy.
I love it, Chris.
Might be a little crazy.
You're not crazy.
But puts the VSP prediction at 3-11, and that's not great. But that moves us to back on the road, our last road game of the entire season. We're traveling to, is it the Big Easy? Is that what they call it?
The Big Easy. Tallman's favorite place in the United States.
Oh man, that's a story for another day. But yeah, we'll be on the road in New Orleans taking on the Saints and the Arizona product Tyler Shook. This one goes to Michael Benjamin for his first prediction.
Me. That's me. So obviously we know what happened last year. We played them in the Caesars Superdome week 1 and almost lost that game. I think
Came down to last
Jawan
play.
Johnson had the ball in his hands and Budda Baker had to knock it out. And Tyler Shook had a great second half of the season. Obviously, he pushed them to almost winning that division against Carolina. The Saints are going to be a better team. They're going to be fighting for that division. The Cardinals are not going to go to New Orleans and win this game. This is a loss against Tyler Shook. And our boy, I'm blanking today. This is bad. Jordan Tyson.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh
They did
yeah,
draft him.
they did get.
He
Jordan
looks like a
Tyson.
stud at
Talk about
camp right
ASU
now. He
products.
looks like an absolute stud.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Saints are going to be better this year. This is a loss.
Oh wow, you guys are really high on Tyler Shook.
I am. He closed out last year.
He was
He
good.
was on fire.
Yeah,
he was
second
on
half
fire.
of last season, he was really good.
And I'm pretty sure that because that last game against the Panthers for the division, wasn't that like a fucking shootout?
It might have been.
I could be totally off, and I apologize if I am. No, I'm so aligned with Mike. We found the shade. We are
You gotta have shade.
we are together on this. I mean, I think the Saints are going to be a better team, and their division. God, am I so jealous of their division? It's winnable for them, and they're looking to win that. So I believe in the Shuck kid, and yeah, I think Cardinals are going to have a tough time in New Orleans, kind of like how I had a tough time in New Orleans. So yeah, it's another loss.
Another loss. So you have them at 3-12.
Yep.
With the loss, guys. I don't know if I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know if I'm just being. If I woke up on the right side of the bed today, you're coming out of the bye week, you get a good win against the Jets. You're feeling good. You like the way things are going. I'm taking a W here. I'm putting a Cardinals W 2 in a row. 6-9, guys.
God,
6-9. This team is going to look so much better than everyone thought. Maybe we're even healthier than we expect us to be, and we just have things rolling. The offense is fully figured out at this point. We know what we're doing. We're firing on all cylinders. This could be another one of those ones where it's a high-scoring game, but I'm going to take the Cardinals coming out on top. Regardless, I am the odd man out here, so that's an L for the VSP predictions. That puts us at 3-12, still mirroring Tallman's predictions.
Oh yeah.
By and large, but yeah, 6-9, guys. Am I crazy?
No, I don't think you're crazy, Chris, because like I said, this team is going to be better than what everybody really projects.
And that, yeah.
No,
That's the hopes, at least, right? As always.
You're crazy. I'm
might be.
sorry.
I might be.
I'm just gonna come out and tell you, dude.
Oh, I mean,
We'll see.
But you go from a team that has a bona fide, or we were wondering last
Team that has a
season
boner?
who was
You
wide
already had
receiver,
one.
who was wide receiver
Drew.
1, right? We were wondering who was wide receiver 1. Arguably, Michael Wilson put his name in the hat, but he's for sure wide receiver number 2. If Marvin has a breakout year, and then you add in a possible generational running back in Jeremiah Love, you already know what Trey McBride is. You should put up a lot of points, and then hopefully guys like Walter Nolan are healthy. Will Johnson has a second-year bump. All of these young pieces start contributing a little bit better. This team should surprise people because there's no expectations. And when there's no expectations or bottom of the barrel expectations, sometimes people don't get up to play you. Mm-hmm. And that's, everybody says, no, we get up week in, week out. It's like, that's not the truth. You see the Arizona Cardinals circled on the calendar. You're like, we could probably sleepwalk a win. But then these other guys are professionals too. So I don't think you're out of the realm of possibility. And we'll see if I get close to you, Chris.
Hey, we'll have to see how it goes. I like I like how it's looking, though. I do. And I'm going to stay optimistic because I've been very pessimistic in the past. And maybe it's just, a lot of new things, a lot of shiny objects. But I am more optimistic this season than last. And that surprises me. But we got 2 weeks left, guys. Going to be at home for both of them. So the Cardinals get to finish their last 2 weeks at home. And week 17 brings us home to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Very likely Fernando Mendoza being at the helm at this point in the season, although Kirk Cousins is slated to start week 1 for them. We just met them in the preseason this last week, got the win. Preseason, not a lot of action for the starters, but a win nonetheless. I don't think that translates into the calculation here, but Tallman, I'll pass it over to you first, man. What do you think in week 17?
Yeah, so this is going to be the full Mendoza versus Beck. This is going to be the when it matters in the regular season, the rematch, the official rematch of the college football championship game from a year prior. So, I think Cardinals are going to lose this game. I know that sounds crazy. This is also one of those ones that are winnable. I think Mendoza, he might be that dude. And I think the Raiders are going to get the Cardinals on this one. I know you talked about a little bit of those teams. Oh, maybe Carson Beck is our guy for the future, and we might not have to be one of those teams that are gunning for one of these quarterbacks in next year's draft. But I'm at that point here where I want to see it to believe it with Beck, and there is a very, very real possibility that he just ain't it, and that the Cardinals are going to be there. There's going to be no reason to win any of these last couple games of the season because we need to have that higher pick because we're going to be taking a quarterback. So yeah, give me another loss. 3-13.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Let's
3-13. All right, Tallman. I see where you're going with this. Mike, tell me you're more optimistic than young Tallman here.
I love that Tallman's going to give the Arizona Cardinals credit to suck when they need to, because I don't know if I'm in that same camp. I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to win this game. This game is at home. Your first game in 2027, Carson Beck versus Fernando Mendoza. And I think it more so is aligned with, I think the Raiders are still worse. They have worse weapons than the Arizona Cardinals. We'll see how everything pans out. Obviously, we'll continue to go back to the injuries, but I think with this one being at home and garnering some positivity over the bye, since the bye week with a couple of wins, they should win this game, man. And the Raiders might be, honestly, they might be where the Cardinals sit comparative to where you are, where they're looking to make sure to keep losing and get a high draft pick. Obviously not to pick a quarterback, but maybe the best edge rusher on the board to go alongside with Max Crosby, or package out and get further draft capital because they still need a lot of work too. But yeah, I'm going Cardinals W, last home win of the game of the season.
Oh
wait, no.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, my bad.
Because they will have one more home game after that. Mike, I like it. You have them at 5-11 with this win. I think this is a very winnable game for all the reasons you stated. Tallman, I know you're very pessimistic on the season outlook, and I do think Mendoza is going to be good. But I think overall the Las Vegas Raiders still have a lot of work to do when it comes to building their team. I think, obviously, when you get to week 17, injuries are going to be aplenty on both sides. And maybe the Vegas Raiders have a little more depth, maybe not. I'm not super familiar with their roster construction. But I think the momentum will be with this team. And I have them winning 2 out of the bye week. And I think they're going to keep that momentum going and get a win here and be at 7-9 on the season. Guys, we are going to be... Honestly, we're going to be ecstatic at 7-9. We're going to be over the moon for the outlook of this Cardinals team in the future with 7-9. Saying that being happy about 7-9 is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But with this schedule and with this team, I think that would be a great place for us to be. And so I'm going to buy it. I'm going to take the win here. That puts the VSP prediction officially out of lockstep with any of our predictions, and it puts us at 4-12 on the season. Valley Sports Plug's official prediction, which takes us to the final week of the season, week 18, at home to finish it out against the San Francisco 49ers. Our second matchup with them. Kyle Shanahan will be fully recovered by then. Mike, what are you thinking?
Shanahan will be back on the sidelines. These are always, especially against the division foes, man, these are always the hardest. But I think it's still pretty clear that the 49ers are the third best team in the NFC West, obviously. But we know what was happening last year. They were in it down towards the end. Did they make the playoffs last year? Were they that last wild card?
I think they were the odd man out.
I don't
Or they
think
were
they
the last
made
ones
it.
out?
They were right there.
And they had how many wins? 10 wins?
10,
10
something like
wins.
that. Yeah.
I don't know, man. These ones are so hard, especially since it literally is like it's TBD. We don't even know the actual date. We know that the Arizona Cardinals are probably going to be bad enough. It's going to be Sunday midday game, but
They made the playoffs actually.
they did,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So
That
three out of the 14.
That was fake news. They finished 12 and 5.
Unbelievable.
Man, I don't.
12 and 5.
Jesus Christ.
I think I'm going to have to adjust here because I had two numbers in mind for the total for wins, which is where I'm more so thinking about. Because we know, good Lord, who knows if they're going to win each week. It's a crapshoot, it seems like. I'm going to go that the Arizona Cardinals beat the San Francisco 49ers.
Whoa.
They're going to use all that momentum, like you said, Chris, after the bye week. All of the easier matchups seem to be in December and January. And it's either going to be a situation where the Niners already kind of are solidified up or they're out of it. And, the power plant has taken so many ACLs at this point. There's just not going to be anything left. But like I said, the majority, you could move some things around, but I needed to get to 6 wins. I think 6 wins is where this Arizona Cardinals team finds itself because, like I was saying earlier, and I know it's a new regime, but this is just how it works for Arizona. If you're not sure if Carson Beck is still the real deal, they're going to have played themselves out of a top pick and they're going to have like the 8th pick. So it's not even going to be an option because that's just kind of how things go here. But you also know me, I'm always looking for more of the positive steps forward. So next year, if they're projected to win 3 games, I'm at least going to go 4. But I want a couple more this year because, like I said, I think this team is better than what everybody truly thinks they are. Are they one of the best? Hell no. But they're not the true bottom feeders. Or at least that's what I'm hoping and trying to tell myself.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't think they're not going to be 1-16. They're not going to be 0-17. I think they're going to be better than people expect, but I don't think they're going to be playoff caliber this season. So 6-11, Mike. That's a fair prediction. I think and a lot of people would still stay optimistic as an optimistic look. Tallman.
Chris.
So, end of the season here, a lot of good points where maybe they are in the playoffs, maybe they're not, the 49ers, that is. And so we've seen it where with the 49ers at the end of the season where they are resting all their starters. And I think it was the season before last where they got that big win in week 18.
That big one. Where they played...
where Kyler
they played guys in
balled
49ers jerseys. They weren't even players. So with this, it's tricky with the 49ers because, obviously, you just mentioned last year, 12-5 record. They made the playoffs. But, they are clearly the third best team in this division. And it's going to be a dogfight for those wild card spots for the NFC. So there could be a scenario where this last game means a lot to the 49ers. And they're going to come in and they're going to stick it to the Cardinals because they need that to maybe, get over the hump, make it in the playoffs. So with the injuries that they seem to always have, with the power station, I have a feeling here that they're going to be right there on the edge towards the end of the season. So I'm anticipating 49ers playing this game because it's going to be important. It's
like
going to be
matters.
important to them.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like it matters. There you go. So I think the Cardinals are going to lose this game. They're going to lose the last game of the season. They're going to end the year 3-14.
Yep.
I think so. I'm under the Vegas prediction line of total wins for the season. And guys, it's a real possibility. It really is. And unfortunately, I'm in that belief, or that group of that believes that the Cardinals are going to be in the market for a new quarterback come the 2027 draft. I mean, I'm loving the Carson Beck shit. I really am. But like I said earlier in this recording here, is I will wait to believe it when I see it with Carson Beck. So, and we're going to have many opportunities for him to prove it to us. But I don't know, man. I'm thinking I'm starting that Arch Manning campaign here pretty soon. I really am.
The March for Arch.
The March for Arch. There you go.
Oh, but I could see him pulling Eli Manning
1,000%.
and saying, I don't want to play for the Cardinals.
1,000%.
No, I mean, you have to guarantee his entire contract.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be like, hey,
I guess. I don't know.
Guarantee what do the rookie top picks make now? Is it 50 million?
Shit ton of money.
I mean,
so much money.
Didn't Jeremiah get 53 and he was the third pick?
Yeah. So you'd have to.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you have to guarantee all of it before he even puts on the fucking uniform.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. So 3-14 is a tough prospect. 6-11 is a little more palatable. How does 7-10 sound?
Brother, whatever you're smoking over there, pass it over here.
Of course, with me saying that does have them losing the last week. I think I don't have to rehash everything you guys said. I think I agree with you, Tallman. I think the 49ers could be playing for something in that wild card spot. And I think the Cardinals could be looking at, well, we don't want to worsen our draft stock any more than it already is. We're not going to have anything really to play for other than maybe our pride, which will potentially be fully broken at that point in the season. Finishing out the season with an L after a 3-game winning streak as I have it, which 7-10 Cardinals fans will be very happy with still. We would be very happy with that. It would put us a little later in the draft, obviously, put us in the middle of the pack, like the lower middle or upper middle, however you want to look at it. But I don't think we're going to be looking for a quarterback in the draft. I'm just going to say that. Call me optimistic about Carson Beck and the prospect of that, or maybe the prospects aren't all they're hyped up to be and the draft class doesn't look as good as we all thought. But I do think that we're going to lose this game. And it's going to be 7-10, which does put the official Valley Sports Plug prediction at 4-13, just above
that's good.
The Vegas sports books.
That's not a bad prediction right there.
It's not a bad prediction, but it's a horrible record.
Of course.
It's bad. It's another bad season.
It's spot on, though.
Another bad season, yeah. So
I will say, I think this worked out perfectly for the schedule bet that we have now instituted as well. Because with Tallman at 3 wins, if the Cardinals are any under or 3 or 4 wins, he wins. If the Cardinals have 5 wins or 6 wins, I win. Chris, if they're 7 or more, you win. So there's not going to be any ties. So
that's true.
That's good that I didn't have.
You really want to do a bet on this?
I think we should.
That's what we're doing.
I think we should do that. God. Yeah, let's lock that in.
I am favorited to win this bet.
Yeah, but how much money have you lost at the casino? Sometimes the odds, aren't really.
The odds
in
are
your
never
favor.
in your favor at the casino. Michael.
They never are.
They are right now with this bet.
There is a lot that could happen over an 8.
Very true. Okay,
NFL
so
season.
what are we wagering?
Jersey.
Okay, so we're gonna do 2 jersey bets.
We can do something else.
Come on, I'm gonna get stuck buying 2 fucking jerseys.
No, we split the whoever wins, the other 2 people split the
jersey.
jersey.
Yeah, because I need a jersey.
Yeah.
So if Chris wins, you and I go in on a jersey for him.
I don't think Chris is gonna.
No, he's not gonna win.
This is a losing proposition for you, my friend.
Yeah, that's
I'm really
okay.
sorry.
That's okay. I'll remain optimistic. I think there's some wins to get here. I think there's more than 3 wins that can be got here. 7, yeah, I might be a little over my skis here, but as pessimistic as I have been and can be, I think there's room for optimism here with this team, a new day, a new coach, a lot of talented players. Let's see if the talent can translate onto the field and get us some victories. So that's our bet. You guys, do you want to do your side bet for the Carson Beck week 11 over under? Do you want to
still do that?
You want to lock that in?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Or did you have any other bets in mind?
It was week 10 or after.
So you're week 11 or after, because you said the Kansas City game.
Yeah, Tallman, you said week 11.
Fuck, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. Now my caveat is I could put if Jacoby gets hurt.
It's
and
void.
he starts before, then it's void. It's a
I would
it's
like that.
he is chosen to start. That's what I'm saying. I think that they're going to get him in there earlier because, like, if it's going your route and they're around the same, if they're 1-8, dude, like how the hell are you going to tell the fan base that we still have opportunities with this guy when everybody knows what the deal is? He's a 1-year rental. He strong-armed you into a pay raise, but he ain't going to be here next year. So why would you keep throwing him out there?
That's a very good point. Very good point. You want to lock that in? You want to do Jersey again?
No, you want to do something else?
Yeah. What else could we do?
You got any?
I was about to say something really bad.
Prize TBD. Payment TBD.
Yeah. What would keep?
Actually, ask Jayden Daniels' mom if we're allowed to do this.
That's true. Yeah, we got to get her approval.
Yeah, we'll check
her on the phone.
We'll check in with Jayden Daniels' mom. We'll see what the full conditions of the bet are. We'll reveal that on a VSP Live. How does that sound?
Yeah, that could be good. We can. So just for the time being, we'll plan it to be Jersey, but we can switch it.
Terms to be determined.
Yeah.
Yep. To be determined. All right,
winnings to be determined. Yeah.
Well, this was our season prediction. It's a interesting. This was an interesting one. I always love this exercise and going through the whole schedule, and very excited for football to get started here in a few short weeks. September, there will be no Heat Check podcast as I will be touring Europe. I will be gone for 3 weeks, which means these two will be responsible for all the live streams. Unfortunately, we do the in-person recording at the VSP studios here in my home. So won't be happening, but we'll be back for our in-person podcast recording in October, the best month of the year, and really looking forward to that. But fellas, before we get out of here, did you have anything else you want to say?
No, man. I'm just
He's like, no, man.
I like my bets. That's all I'm saying. I like my bets.
You like your bets.
I like my bets. I'm still, even if it goes horribly wrong, I'm still excited. I'm always excited for a brand new season of Cardinals football. There's always promise before that first hike. So let's go, man. Let's go.
We're going. Obviously, I like my bets too. I won the bet.
Yeah, you're seeing the benefits right now.
You're seeing it right there. I'm also the fantasy football champion.
Oh God!
Oh, did he actually win?
I did win.
Shit.
So, yeah, I'd say just I don't know if there's going to be a draft video for you guys to enjoy, but I guess we're going to see. It's TBD, like the prize. But yeah.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well,
Jayden Daniels.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for joining.
Bro.
If you're still listening this late in the podcast or watching on YouTube, we appreciate you. You're a real one. While you're here, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you can get all those notifications when these videos go up and when we're going live every Tuesday around 7 to 7:30. Probably 7:30 is closer. And this last Monday, we did Pass the Outlet. Michael Benjamin and I sat down with Alan Aladdin and talked basketball. It was a great stream. Make sure you go check it out. And we'll be back soon. For Michael Benjamin and VSP Tallman, I'm Chris Patrick, and we'll see you next time. Peace.